2020, 20 years of Counter-Strike and ESL 1 Cologne continuing with Mad Lions OG. It's been a tough one for both squads, and now a spot in the playoffs is up for grabs after their fair share of turmoil and tumultuous journeys through the brackets. I've got myself Sponge, Pansy, and I Am Machine, rocking this little silky number in the kimono region, I'd call it.
Sexy.
Thank you very much. I got called a snack today on Twitter, so I'm feeling myself.
How many C's?
2.
You could up that.
You're right. Maybe with the 3 C's. We'll work on the 3 C's. Yeah, I want to be dummy thick before I'm done with this broadcast. And a man that's probably actually fits that category perfectly is, of course, coach of Mad Lions. It is the Brainiac, Mr. Peacemaker. And Chad has got a big question for him. Coach of Mad Lions, it must be quite tough to corral them and control them.
Yeah, look, Peacemaker, we can't hold you for too long because the game is almost ready to go live here. So we just want to ask a couple of quick ones. Now, I tweeted the veto earlier. Asilian said there's a surprise. What's the surprise? You want to tell us before we do the veto here, or you want to allude?
No, I'm going to leave it for you guys. But
okay.
It's a
shame.
good one. We actually prepared for this for quite some time.
Ooh.
And since it's a very important match, we decided to make it happen right now. So let's see how it goes. But yeah.
Okay, and another quick one for you, mate. Just here, just so everybody at home can be on the right page. The transition to English for everybody with Innocent in the team. No dramas there. The Danes, obviously, they speak it quite easily.
Yeah, like it's pretty easy. Like I would say, obviously, it's still not optimal. Like we came back a little too late from the player break, so we didn't get enough practice. We're grinding right now. We're in a boot camp right now, and we're practicing a lot in order to get that communication flowing perfectly, and it's getting better every day. So
awesome stuff.
So far, I would say like it's like 80%. Still, we're getting close.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you so much for taking the time, dude. We're going to look forward to watching the highlights as well as checking you out once you get into game.
All right. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. That's Peacemaker, coach of Mad Lions, going up against OG, but I mean, he's absolutely bang on with some info there. A, they're on a boot camp. B, this is something they've been preparing very heavily for.
Yeah.
Maybe we should investigate what it was he was alluding to. Can we do vetoes now?
Well, I hope so.
I'm asking you, Chad. I'm not asking them.
Oh, I'm ready. Yeah. Now, I was expecting things to go in a different way. So if there's been a bit of surprise come through here, that would mean one of the maps that is less played for Mad Lions.
Let's all be inside your head, Chad. What were you expecting?
Well, I thought that it was going to be OG having an opportunity to pick Inferno. But if they're not able to pick Inferno here as the opening, that means that it has to have been banned from Mad Lions. So Mad Lions have left Dust 2 wide open. Now, by leaving Dust 2 wide open and not having played it in the last 3 months, the last time that Mad Lions have played this map was actually all the way back in Flashpoint in April. Ooh. So the new team don't have any officials on it. So if he's saying they've been preparing it for some time, I can understand like having an AWP player like Acor on a map like Dust 2 can be huge. So Mad Lions will get the first map choice here. It will be Nuke. It's a map that they're very comfortable on and one that OG struggled on just the other day.
Easy to understand why they might have banned Inferno looking at their 3 results.
Yeah, but look, Dust 2, not having played it as an official with Innocent, it is a bit of a risk, right? That's why I'm surprised to see it get floated through this far. Now, the OG ban of Vertigo, yes, we're all expecting that. And now it leaves the third and final map here. I think it'll probably be Mirage. I don't think either team will want to play Train or, sorry. Oh, what? What?
My eyes. Ban
that's
Nuke.
not. No, Nuke's the first map, so that's wrong. So it's either Train or Overpass. That one ban was meant to be there from Mad Lions.
Okay.
So the next one is either going to be an Overpass or a Train ban from OG, I believe. Drum roll, please.
I think it might have just...
maybe I broke the system.
Yeah, I think
You've broken it.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure the last map will be Mirage. I'll get confirmation at some
You
point.
made it go away.
Maybe I was too far ahead of the computer screens right there. But anyway, so Nuke is the first one. I was expecting that from Mad Lions. It makes sense. It's a map that the Danes love, okay? The Danes love it. It makes a lot of sense there. But Dust 2, that's where I really am interested because OG, we were speaking about this yesterday with some of the teams, they're going into the black box. They do not know what to expect from Mad Lions. I don't think they would have prepared for it. I would be very surprised if they prepared for it, unless Mad Lions were advertising quite publicly that they were looking for practices on Dust 2.
OG's Dust 2 isn't terrible.
No, it's not. It really isn't. It's a map.
It just sits better with them, right?
What they've recently been up to.
I
was looking at this earlier, right? I was saying, okay, yes, so this is interesting.
You did mention it.
OG's Dust 2, they actually have got pretty terrible stats in terms of 4 losses in recent 3 months, but 3 of those losses were from Big Clan.
Yeah,
which
number 1 team in the world.
An online smash and were beating everyone.
Games like were they close?
Very at times. It was a 16,
Mirage has gone.
So 26 rounds on one of them.
So it's respectable. It's not like thrashing.
All double digits, yeah. All of them.
Oh, is that correct then?
This is our corrected veto. Vito.
Okay, so it is Train as the third, so that's actually thrown me for a loop in two different places. Mad Lions have made two bans here that I didn't think they would go for, so they're actually taking away the scrimmy, more comfortable picks of a team like OG who can call better in the mid-round. I think Alexi has a very good grasp on pacing and that kind of stuff, so by taking Mirage out of the equation right there, it's a comfort pick or a comfort map for both teams, and now going towards Train. So that would be the third if we need to get there, but like I'm saying, this Dust 2 one, that's just where the hump is for me. I just don't even know what that's going to look like whatsoever.
Let's pull it back to a point you made right at the tippy top of the show. I wanted to make sure we set the scene right at the tippy top, which was where you identified that, you know, firepower-wise, OG are lacking. So I'm going to quickly look through these names and where the firepower is expected to come from. I have no expectations other than Alexi to be making his great calls.
Okay.
So, you know, a 20-15 from him is great. Valda, capable of being a star, must surely be taking that mantle, surrounded by Issa and NBK as options.
So the stats don't tell the story that Valde is stepping up to take the star rifler role of the team. He is the second highest rated player in the squad, but Mantu...
That KD, though.
Yeah, Mantu... Now, I'm going off of the team as a whole, but Mantu is the primary star of the squad if you look at the stats of this roster as the, I guess, most unknown player in the team. Valde, as you were mentioning, Alex, in the past, could have even been a player to get added to Astralis if this 7-man roster existed when he was floating around at his absolute very best. But I think the issue that I take with OG is the lack of consistency. One game I'll tune in, MBK drops 25. The next I'll tune in, he drops 2 kills on the CT side of Nuke. And you really can't be putting down those type of numbers. Now, I know everybody has off days and everybody has bad days. We do here behind the desk as well. I would wake up sometimes. This morning I woke up punching my pillow because I was in a fight in my dream. You know, that's not the way you want to start your day.
A very lucid dreamer.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. But my point here is that there's just no consistency from this squad. And I want to start seeing some if people want to put stock in them. And so far, I just haven't been able to do so.
I'm just a bit taken aback by this whole roster, obviously. Me being missing, coming back in, and I see this really strange concoction of players.
Isn't it exciting?
It's fun, like the concept seems fun, but as you've highlighted clearly, there's a couple of pieces missing there.
Yeah.
Maybe they need some good performance. I'm coming in pretty blind to both of these rosters.
I'm going to give you a cool little parallel.
Hit me.
OG, Dota.org, founded by the players that won TI under the banner. OG,
Twice.
happy, very much twice. One was a Dane called No-Tail. Now he's got a Dane called Valda. One was from Jordan, named Miracle. He's called Issa. One was from Finland, named Jerax. He's called Alexi B. I'm just saying, I think they had a little wet dream and were like, oh my God, we could literally pick up a team.
We're just gonna mirror
the same French in Mad. It's literally the same like the same, it should never happen, the same, you know, ridiculous overcoming of circumstances. The only exception to that is Mantu with that UK flag. But I mean, I understand the poetry.
It's romantic,
It's
isn't
romantic
it?
as
Concept's fun.
hell.
I mean,
but unfortunately, romance and lifting trophies are often very separate.
I still love the fact that I've come back to Counter-Strike and we moved away from just those nationally or like region-based teams. I remember the discussion of, well, you can't mix.
Can they work?
These, you know, comms are too complicated. It's not like every other game. I was like, all right, guys, when do we move on from that storyline? And
I still haven't.
No, Chad, this is a conversation you can't do in the remaining time, Lauren, because...
We'll be here all day.
It's like the economy, anything else, just like there's no go topics with Chad.
Let me tell you about these boys, Lauren, just quickly, because we don't have a lot of time here. Mad Lions on the other side of the things, another very good Danish roster, right? They had Bubsky, who's now over there on the Astralis team, as one of the 6th and 7th men. They had Hunden, the guy who was coaching Heroic, as the actual in-game leader.
Was he playing at the time?
He got the boot. He got kicked.
Okay, he's off ski.
And he's gone to Heroic now as the coach. Asilian's come on in. He's now doing the in-game leading duties. But the man that I want you to focus on here today is Acor, the AWP player for this team. He's someone special to watch, right?
Why do I know that name?
Well, maybe you've seen him open in the past. But
it's maybe because it's Roka backwards, headshotting and such.
Jesus. Rolling back the years.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm thinking of like North Academy and Trick.
These odds are odds on the screen right there from GGBet favor OG. Now, for me, I have it as a 50-50, especially with that Dust 2 pick coming in. I don't know what to expect. This game for me right here, no idea. Alex, I'm really sorry, mate. Don't pay me today.
No,
actually, I've got one. Hold up.
You got one? I'll toss it for you. Thanks. All right.
Why is it always like this?
Shush, you're mush.
Just started.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a coin toss. Mad Lions are heads, and Mad Lions are dead, according to the coin on map one. We're getting into it, ladies and gentlemen. On one side of the court, you have NBK, Valda, Alexi B, Issa, and Mantu, and it's Mad Lions on the other. spot in the playoffs of ESL One Cologne is no small feat, and it's certainly something that you can boast about and throw on your CSGO LinkedIn profile for the rest of your career. We're jumping straight into the nitty-gritty. Loving seeing the dual Berettas pulled out for the hut hold. Won't be necessary just yet, but Alexi's equipped them all the same, breaking the vent to ensure a safe rotate should he require. Util-wise, doing a quick check-in on that. It is going to be 2 smoke grenades, so potential for outside cross smokes, and they're not taking their time. Let's see how this one continues to transpire. They do look ridiculous.
They do, but I've seen people using them.
Oh.
I saw the big clip. I've seen
Okay,
it.
so this is the vent drop smoke, or is this main?
Just right place
Main?
for the Julies. If there's any time, Alex, it might be now. Yeah, well, that's gone very poorly. Hushed in the end by old Shush. That's a fun name, isn't it? But yeah, now he has the Julies.
And armor. It's usually a very potent mix. But I like what they've done here. Chad will like this as well. Coordinated, waiting for any funny business or CT pushes. Smoke heaven, smoke main, win the duel, plant. Hard retake for the CTs. No kit either. Ouch. Frustration as the Glock unloads. Time ticking. Need a frag now. NVK is still jiggling.
20 seconds.
Walk straight into the meat grinder. 1 for 2. That's not a trade that's favorable. Mantu finding frags a little too late into the piece. He's going to have to back away
Kevlar.
and preserve their Kevlar vests.
Oh dear, it's not the start you want, OG, after their last performance on Nuke. Well, they will find a kill onto Acor there. Now, just a little update from the B stream. For those of you who are not too familiar with how ESL One Cologne 2020 Online is running, we obviously have multiple different regions. We got North America later today, but we've also had Oceania this morning, and now we have Asia going on down. Vici were playing Invictus, and Vici have just won that series on the 3rd map. So just giving an update for everybody at home. Now, with that pistol round right there, the fact that they were able to get top control, smoking off main and heaven, and then stall them out for 20 seconds before the retake even came on in, there was no chance that OG had of getting on there because, as you pointed out, Alex, there was no kit. So by leaving it that late, it just felt like they were hoping to get kills and maybe find a little bit of money going into the second for this fourth one.
These guys look coordinated as hell, and I'm sure Innocent's hungry to impress as well. This is an opportunity that's been eluding him for some time in his career. So probably very proud to be putting on that Mad Lions jersey and competing for a spot in the playoffs, no less. Definitely got the motivation and the fire in their belly, Lauren. I have no doubt about that. And let's not forget that we heard from their coach, Peacemaker for Mad Lions, just letting us know just how much hard work and preparation had come into this. He said it's an important game. So all of that preparation towards their Dust 2, towards their veto. Innocent, talking of the devil, does catch the toes of Alexi and sends him packing back to the top site. But they are continuing to connect. It's NBK. If he gets another here, we're gaming. Does tag up Row. Alexi, element of surprise perhaps, but he's already softened up and it's an easy collect.
Yeah, Innocent's going to be happy.
Oh,
Was eventually for 1 HP. That's a little unfortunate. And, you know, bomb down. Trying to play it back in looks impossible. Obviously, the 1
FAMAS.
HP, grab it and get out if they can. So, I don't know what to make of either of this, honestly. I think I'm in sit back and watch mode for a bit.
it's going to be a lot like that, right? Because OG have the potential to be a decent team with the experience and the understanding that they have as players. Like every single member on this squad, besides Mantu, you've spoken or heard about before. Issa from the Hellraiser days, MBK, obviously famed within the French scene. Valda, as I mentioned earlier, he was the up-and-coming Danish player, or the next best. Don't shoot him, Mantu. Don't shoot him. Don't shoot him, Mantu. Oh dear. Alexi B, obviously of Ent's fame. You know, we have all of these pieces here, and the puzzle, it's like
It's not fitting together
it
yet.
just mangled it together, at least in my opinion. So until that can be proven otherwise, which hasn't happened just yet.
Who's coaching them? Because we spoke to obviously Mad Lions.
Rugger is coaching.
okay,
them.
cool.
Yeah, so they have parts that we all know, and you can see on your other side of the screen right here that we have the Mad Lions team. Less familiar names, definitely less familiar names. Innocent is one that people may remember if they're an old school Counter-Strike fan, I suppose. He used to play on the Kingwins, the G2s when they were Polish squads. He played on Penta for a little while, Sprout, more recently XCOM and Illumina, which are Polish teams. This foray into a Danish squad, it's a big one. It's an interesting one.
It's some curious choices. You know, if you put it on paper, they don't look like players that would meld or gel together. But if they do, then it's exciting.
Yeah, and it was just a real shame to see Bubsky taken. I mean, it's exciting to see him given the opportunity, but it's also, you know, another instance of an up-and-coming Danish team falls foul to the Big Daddy. I mean, just as they started turning heads, just as they started popping heads, they've had to kind of, you know, dust themselves down and continue this adventure without one of their stars. It's tough. There's a human element to this. And we are going to be seeing Alexi B tested with a CZ. If he gets that first shot, ooh, element of surprise now. He holds his nerve. Shush pulling pins. It could be good. Shush is better.
Wow.
Very good reactions, and that's going to stop any sort of funny business. They'll have the access to the top site. Should see the plant coming in from Cillian. Again, I mean, this is an all too familiar tale. It's going to be Sarah and Mantu talking about the save again.
And they may as well. What's the point of going for this right here? You don't have too much to gain. If you can play the extremities of the map right here, cover off main, go around to lobby, try and get yourself an AK-47, do some damage to the T-sided economy, that's the best you can look for. But Cillian's actually on the hunt. I'm not sure if he'll be ready for Issa here. Needs to be very careful.
He wouldn't poke his bottom out, would he?
He will.
Yeah?
Yeah, he will.
A little cheek peek.
There it is. He's above him right now. And that's a freebie for Issa. It's only a Galil, so it's not the worst thing in the world to be losing. It's much of a muchness.
Get that flashbang, Issa. Go on.
Oh, it's going away. He's going to lose it all. He's going to lose all the guns.
Where did it go?
Oh, no, Issa. It's a nightmare. Oh, no.
Yikes, boys.
Not the way. Okay, he can still buy. Like, there's money. There's no problems there. But these are the opens here from Shush. That's the first one. The second one will follow on to the head of Alexi B here. Now, Shush is the individual who's actually stepped up. Statistically speak, look at them both getting blown away. Nightmare. Shush is the one who stepped up and actually taken a bit of room that Bubsky's left. So look for him as the star rifler of Mad Lions. Akor is the Mad Orpa. Roy on your screen here, more of a supportive element. Cillian, the in-game leader, and I'm interested to see how Innocent fits into all of this.
Okay, so it's Roy, not like row your boat. You're Roy.
Danes, you know how it goes.
Yeah. I'm with you. Just want to make sure I don't start butchering it for an entire series and get lots of angry people. Outside smokes.
Danes are pretty chill, I feel.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah. A couple of
Felt with
people
Zipnix
convinced
for
we
a
should be
while.
saying Kjörb.
No. It's like when Anders finally told us his name wasn't Anders and all of us ignored it.
Yeah. It's very easy to remind him why. Sorry, Anna's.
Ramte coming in, tease. Went through the motion, and honestly, it feels like Mad Lions have had whatever they wanted. Obviously, this is a different round,
That's
but in my
right.
head, I feel like they're going wherever they please. Last time was MBK down here, now Valde gets a shot at it.
So he has to bide his time. This will be Molotov or checked at the very least. Okay, Soundcube back turned, getting his chance now, and it's only the one. Issa's rotated through to the sync position, and if he gets himself the wall bang, we could be onto something. Soundcube spraying wildly. Innocent gets that bomb down. Another advantage for Mad Lions, despite the number discrepancy.
I still don't see a kit here for the CTs.
Oh gosh, you're right.
So
We could lose
time,
everything here.
right, time is of the essence, and they really need to keep that in mind. I don't think they've had one for a single run this game yet. That's going to help, though. But Innocent still on duty. Wow, claiming 2 for 3, and you do have the support above, but he's going to need more.
They got time.
Time is close, but shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, I still get nervous not seeing a kit at that point.
Yeah, but Lauren, the way you started that round is my sentiment exactly. It feels like wherever Mad Lions have the intention to push, they have been able to get in with numbers and get the bomb down. So far, admittedly, this is the 4 rounds into Nuke, and they've only had weapons for 2 of them, so not going to kind of start identifying a full trend. But yes, they wanted to go ramp, they got ramp. They wanted to go lower, they got lower. This time, of course, the duel's not being won out. Innocent giving it a good shot.
What is in the background? Is that from Alien?
That egg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wearing an Alien t-shirt.
I was looking at
I mean,
the deer, but you were looking at the egg. That was an interesting
I was interested that Cillian's fan's not on. Like, I need that constant stream of
airflow.
fresh air.
Okay.
I'm with
Optimal fragging.
MBK started quite well in this game here. So let's keep an eye on him.
Oh,
Nice
such
flash.
a perfect flashbang, and now they can...
oh,
another
the
one!
second. It's so good, Alex. I need to learn some flashes to help you out, because look at what it's done. MBK called upon to try and keep this safe, and he's done very well. Last round was great. This round is just as pivotal.
Yeah, and I do see a little bit of a kink in the tail. 3 members gathered now. Other than Akor, I will correct myself. It's 2 of them that have descended. Akor's holding the lobby push with the AWP, but certainly not the ideal weapon for the job. You know sound cue made. There is a necessity, though. It will be either the door or the glass break. They can not sneak to heaven or ramp without announcing it to some extent. Is it broken already? No, it's not. Okay, so this is where the sound cues are made. And rotate comes in. Valda, Molotov, Doff. Actually, Molotov into the line again. A Cillian caught sleeping. Roy doesn't have the bomb to his grasp just yet. He knows the rotate's on his way, and that's become his primary responsibility.
We've seen brilliant from the corner. 1 for 1. Okay, a 2v1 still in favor of OG. With Acor doing that, you've suddenly got a 1v1. Issa has to be ready for this. Bomb is at least not planted, not to hand, so it's a little bit of additional work for the Mad Lions. And Acor obviously losing track of where Issa could be. And Issa, I mean, I guess just taking time. Do they not know that the bomb's down?
I think Issa's assuming like a very different play, and that's
He's had a nightmare.
Yikes from me, dog.
Oh,
no, and now he's put it straight to
Can't even
Issa.
plan.
Oh, okay, so that wasn't pretty.
Yikes.
And we'll call that Issa's karma. You know how he lost his weapon and it wasn't
Yeah,
fair?
okay.
Now he's been
Back.
given a freebie.
Yeah. Can we look at the egg again?
Oh,
Egg
they
and
are
deer.
all together.
That right there was panic stations, that's for sure. Look at someone's got their parents'
That's
wedding
a
photo
slice
up in
of
the
life
background.
right there.
Oh, that's
Aw.
nice.
I like the gloves she was wearing. Very stylish. Like a little lace glove. Very bougie.
I don't think anyone wanted us judging their parents.
No, you're right. You're absolutely
We
right.
were doing it in a nice way.
Yeah, we're not nasty people today.
On air.
Today, right now.
At this moment in
Give it
time.
an hour.
Oh, and that's a hard shot. He saw the tip of Akor's balaclava. And I'm afraid with 4 outside, Mantu's got his plate rather full. They won't have smokes for the cross, so it will just be an aim map. And with MBK supporting the secret cross, he can just hold the headshot. We are set for a quick a third equalizer from OG. That's the start he was looking for, and now potentially swung on. Sjuush does do what he was supposed to. Getting that M4. Valda applying the pressure. Sjuush is clean. He does actually manage to land the dink. It translates into a kill.
This is getting a little costly, isn't it? These are 2 rifles gone now. It is going to be somewhat controlled, it feels. I don't think Asilian's going to be able to make too much of it. If MBK can get a bit of a wiggle on, he can get one of those rifles back.
Where is it?
It definitely has been costly, and you can see because Mantu doesn't have an AWP, and he will not be able to get an AWP going into this round. There's the big man Ting on the screen for you right there. For those not
What
familiar,
did you just say?
the big man Ting.
Have you never heard an Australian using British London street slang?
Who's this little road man?
Who's a road man?
Who's this
His Nike Air Max and his puffer jacket.
Seriously, quite on a serious note, he did actually have to go and do a bit of rehab on his wrist. So he took some time off, and then bouncing back after that's going to be quite difficult. He is a young player, somebody who hasn't really been heard of too much within, I guess, the international scene before, but he was playing in German Counter-Strike with his best friend, Dude.
Dude.
No jokes here, guys. This is all real.
There was a dude, there was food, there's curry. There's lots of cool names.
That's true.
Yeah, dude,
We had
food,
Penny
curry,
the other
Penny.
day, Junior.
I like Penny.
Penny was a good one.
That's quite a nice name.
All right, well, the guns are back out here, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go.
Alexi B on that MP9 still. He can make that work. Good up close and personal jewels in the top sight. Let's see if Mad Lions want to go for a little bit more of a quicker approach here. Default spread, no smokes coming out early to force rotations, but Volta's up close and personal, and that's a bit of a whiff right there. A Sjuush will take him down, and Issa pushes forward as well. Aggression.
Go on, Issa. There we are. Getting away with that one. But, you know, the part of me really wants to see the Issa storyline have more to it. After seeing him and Woxic both kind of turn heads and garner attention in their Hellraiser stint, to see Woxic go off to greener pastures in Mouse, Issa finding a home eventually to follow his brother's footsteps in OG. At the moment, though, haven't got to see too much evidence of that, you know, the ride or die team player that was Issa. Multi-kills in the high-pressure scenarios. Certainly doing great today. This is a high-pressure scenario. Doesn't get more than elimination or playoffs riding on a series.
Oh, they need to flash MBK here. It could be on for a few.
That would be perfect. No one's in a position to do so, though. He's going to get overwhelmed. He's going to get double swung from 2 angles. Needs another. Can't get it. And that's 3 kills for Sjuush already.
Yeah, where? Oh, I guess the smoke cut off Alexi B trying to support him. It did isolate them completely. T's now down to 30 seconds, though. There's still dangers. Mantu out and about. Spots out Innocent. That's a nice clean kill. It takes a bit of damage, but you'll take that. Bring it down to 25. Do slip through the vents, lose another. It's going to be on Asilian to try and control this in the 1v2. Molly and a flash on Mantu.
Oh, perfect.
2 flashes on Asilian. I like this approach from Mantu as well. Hidden towards ramp. 2 angles. Can't escape it. Really well played.
Yeah, the fact that Mantu not only got the kill on that vent drop, but immediately knife out down the ladder made him have the timing to catch that rotate, catch that plan. It is still 800 distributed nicely, which does soften the blow. You can see the cash there for Mad Lions suddenly becoming possible to whip out some AKs with an SMG sacrifice or 2. So certainly nice to get the extra cash to splash. This is Sjuush's 2nd kill. And his third was all the way on yard, hunting down Mr. NBK.
I don't understand how much more Mad Lions needed there. They didn't come up with a clear plan of attack. They just went for mid-round calling. So what I mean here is they went lobby, they defaulted, they were met with aggression. Maybe they had a strat they wanted to call from spawn, but they were unable to do so because of that aggression. Then they went yard, they took space, they made a kill, they left themselves with roughly 30 seconds on the clock, and then were still quite indecisive. And now they're back down to pistols. It is a partial buy, utility behind it, scout in play in the hands of Shush here.
Oh, no. That's a really nasty death for Mantu. That's an AWP as well, and it's hard to retrieve. Aggressive with the AWP against Deagles. Look how this can spiral. NBK really needs to hold on to that. There is a $5,000 mini game being played around this AWP now. And it's been recovered. Mantu's really going to be red-faced if Shush starts filling the feed with his weapon.
Spot on. It's not what you wanted, and after that last round, we were singing the praises of Mantu, but that's unfortunate. Valde, NBK, Alexi, they're all trying to keep control of the situation from kind of exploding, and there's the first victim to fall. It's frustrating, I'm sure. Valde can peek up and get the info that maybe they peeled away from this eventually, but that's a timing that only he can really feel. Beyond that, though, the other two are going to have to be on red alert. Issa's still live and kicking, so he's not out of it just yet, but the T's have suddenly become pretty powerful, actually. A good bit of util still. Got their armor, a couple of upgraded pistols. And as I said, if they can make some more work from that AWP, you'll be absolutely laughing. Alexi B back in the corner. CT Vent gets down one, swings in, needs Issa here. Not there in time. This is a little bit individual, a little bit worrying, a little bit scary. Acor over by the vent, tapping away. Issa would have wanted that. But now Valde in the 1v2.
Oh, he's grey screen, and it's easy for Rakor to collect. That really was a round that OG will want to forget. Mad Lions, credit where it's due. They managed to convert. They would exploit the weakness. They managed to twist the knife in the perfect kidney
Dolphin!
shot. And, okay, you just said dolphin. There's so many pictures I'm supposed to be looking at. I couldn't identify the dolphin.
I saw it. It was very strange.
Yeah, the dolphin was
Head-on dolphin
in from the bottom left.
Okay.
We've had a lot of animals here on the show, and not including ourselves.
No.
But that is a very rough round right there for OG to be losing. You see what that's done to the economy. They've had to all in. They've gone for the force buy. 2 rifles, Lexi and Issa are the ones wielding those. NBK, Valde, and Mantu with Deagles of their own. But Deagles with the key for Mad Lions in the previous. Maybe they can make it work themselves this time round.
Cooling looks great from Mad Lions. They know there's potential for a force, and they know there's not going to be any of all of the goodies, Chad. So they're going yard, like where they know they're going to have favorable fights against Deagles.
Playing it quite safe as well with their utility. And just to note, they're throwing a lot of smokes and molotovs early to push players out of position and letting Acor oversee with the AWP. So setting themselves up for success here. But as they grab warehouse control, they push back secret. This tells me they want to go for top ladder. So getting a bit more aggressive towards the CT spawn side of the map is where the Deagles could come into play, but we can see looking...
Innocent doing at T-spawn.
Covering the flanks.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I was understanding his role within all of this.
Pretty sure he might have been heard then as well by NBK. They were close enough that they definitely heard something, but whether or not that information is going to actually help or not, just purely where the T's are, is still a little curious. And I like this approach from the Mad Lions, but I do want it to find its final destination sooner rather than later. I hate it when it runs too low. They do still have nades and smokes and what have you in a flash, but it has to be now.
Oh my god. How are these rounds unfolding like this? The only 2 saved rifles find all the kills.
Yeah, and we're into a 2v2 now, so game time through the smoke. Acor could get caught out here. He is being, with the bomb, rather haphazard, rather loose. 14 seconds, and Innocent needs some headshots at the first. Valde's dueling, and he hits the necessary shot. My goodness, the finest margins separating the round wins here. This is a different breed of Counter-Strike to what we've been seeing these last few days.
I said saved, I should have said forced. That was a force buy from OG. It wasn't saved.
Yeah.
They fully invested right there. They didn't have much utility going into that round whatsoever. How has that setup worked so well? That is ridiculous.
I would love to. Chad, could you skybox to see what the smoke and the 2 flashes they threw from warehouse for their top take were? Like, who were they trying to flash?
The smoke was to deal with CT aggression, so they threw that in front of Squeaky Door, but the flashes, I'll take a look at that one.
No one was blind. I mean, like, if you've got players coming from Heaven, I assume you're trying to flash for the Heaven push. They weren't pushing main at the time. I'm intrigued. I would love to understand the thought process. Loving that we're getting the auto shotty out. Mantu back on his big green. And on the Mad Lion side of things, there's not too much in terms of sacrifices, just the util on the AWPer. and Shush.
Both flashes landed towards the CT vent, so it's not just for the CT vent. They were also aiming for players top hut and on the rafters to look away as they're coming in through main. But the positions that Issa and Alexi B decided to play in were not exposed to that whatsoever. Okay. So either that was a fantastic read from OG on the way that the guys from Mad Lions like to approach their anti-eco rounds, or they just got very, very lucky, because this is what I'm talking about with the mid-round calling. Once again, they take territory. It looks really good. They have a clear game plan of what they want to do. They go on in. And then it all just falls apart right there. So
where are they?
I don't like how much light is in that room, Lauren. There might be a bit of glare on the screens. I don't like glare.
Wouldn't you turn your monitor around? Maybe it's worse on the other side. Who knows? They've got some weird props behind them. I don't know where they are, but
we've all tried gaming outdoors once. You know, we've all gone, yeah, I'll just... No, you guys haven't?
Absolutely not.
Is that an Australian thing?
I guess when it's nice outside, it's like a lovely 27 degrees.
We've all tried playing video games outside.
Yeah,
just me.
In London, in the rain, I'll just get stabbed and robbed. This pace, though, from Innocent... Wait, Alexi...
Why is he unchecked?
Oh,
Alexi loses his head. Alexi loses his head 100% if he has to get info squeaky.
Oh, God, this is horrible.
Oh, interesting. Alexi, you're probably dead here. Oh, my God! He's so low and does get finished off. He's made a bit of a meal out of that, and Alexi has a nice snack into round 10.
I couldn't imagine a world where Alexi B won that, but I guess that smoke really helped out. Man 2, we saw him make a bit of a fumble with the overport. Not having the best of days with it, sadly. Acor's got his number there. Pins him to the floor and the ramp's open. But there are a couple of players in those vents.
So Alexi gets another. Here comes Valda. First, not of many. Roy, equalizing. Plant wide, not ideal. Maybe Aqua could be vulnerable. The smoke play would require a sound cue. Attention drawn. A great little wallbang from NBK. This is going to translate into anything substantial. Maybe he can wallbang Roy above him.
Tentative though, isn't it?
Wait, they still no kit. They need frags now. They need frags right now. And the wallbang does come in. Finished off by Alexi. We're gaming now. The plant isn't safe for Shush. If they can get to it, we are cooking. Smoke from Alexi. No kit. He's got a molly. Is the smoke on the bomb? It's not got time. Starting to back away. We'll upgrade on his retreat. But ladies and gentlemen, that is another for the T side. Mad Lions backed into their winning ways. Of course, they picked up the first 3, converting their pistol. It was a slew of 4 in response from OG, but we're back into a level stead. Dolphin, I'm looking for the Dolphin.
He's gone. It was the guy with the 2 flags on his back. He took his Dolphin head off.
Okay, I didn't know. So he's got like a Dolphin
He's got
mask?
the streamer set up. He's got the good mic, pop filter down.
I'm going to be honest with everybody at home, and I don't want to offend any OG or Mad Lions fans so far, but this has been some trash tier Counter-Strike, ladies and gentlemen. I am yet to see anything that is convincing from either side. And that sounds really harsh, but it's just been very, very sloppy CS. It's forced by heavy. Take a look at the scoreboard right here. There's rounds that teams shouldn't be winning, that they're winning. There's rounds that teams should definitely be having as lock-ins, that they're fumbling. Things don't feel thorough. Hopefully it turns around.
Could it be a product of the map as well? This is Mad Lions' pick.
It could. It could. It's early in the day. Maybe me waking up fighting my pillow this morning has really resonated.
Dude. Honestly, I'm sitting here kind of nodding my head as well. I can't make a judgment or a statement like that, but it certainly doesn't feel like it's Counter-Strike that holds the same kind of water we've seen throughout the tournament so far. Let's see if it changes.
Yeah, it's the... Oh, gosh.
I mean, he got away with it last time.
Did.
You can't fault him.
No, why not double down on it? Maybe get away with it again. So even the gun's been recovered and kind of brought back. I like that. Maybe keeping hyper aware of the economy on the other side. But you're right, it does feel like it lacks that intent. I feel like when we watch a lot of teams on this TCT, they have that clear goal in mind. It's very choreographed, even if it does feel looser potentially. But for now, the T's are a player down after Innocent's initial attempt, which, as I said, we don't really blame him for trying. It just sadly didn't go anywhere.
So here's an indication that I can tell you this is mid-round Counter-Strike. Cillian, the in-game leader, is the one leading the charge back in towards lobby with the bomb on his back. As soon as he turned, the rest followed. So he's making these calls as they go. So a game like this, when you're calling like that, high-pressure situation, and Peacemaker did say 80% communication-wise, so now that Innocent's dead, I wonder if they default to Danish, but Shush, he's going to go down. He's been the big fragger so far. That's a big scalp to lose.
Yeah, nice work from Issa. It's the perfect weapon for the position. You might want to take lobby here. Aggression from multiple angles. Suddenly that orb doesn't feel so powerful. Valda's on the flank. They are heading ramp. And NBK's going to win them the round if he doesn't get checked. Needs it. Oh, and that's a tough loss to swallow. Now the site's open. Roy can take as much space as he wants. The bomb will be planted, and this round gets a whole lot harder. Unless Alexi, good control. Roy's in the smoke, though, and his position is found out. Mantu, just one more to find. It's Sicilian. Bomb ticking, no kit. He needs a double, can't find it, and Issa will save the day. First the frag on Hut, and he'll clean it up and find the sixth.
Now?
Yeah, definitely needs to be a priority.
You get a kid, please. How many bomb plants have there been?
No one's really been able to build a bank, right? So in the first 3 rounds, we had 3 straight bomb plants.
Yeah.
They were the rounds that Mad Lions converted quite easily. And
3,
then
4,
I believe,
5, 6, 7.
Yeah, you've nailed it there.
Get a kit. It just makes me really nervous. And
7 plants in 11 rounds. You're right. You're right to check the stat, Lauren. They've been getting the site, and very few kits giving us a fright.
All right, so Mad Lions now, if you just take a look at their economy, we're halfway through. Sorry, we're in the first quarter. No, we're in the second quarter now. We're using the quarters. We're using the quarters. And their money isn't fantastic. So finally, they will have to take yet another one of these pistol ecos. Shush has a smoke. Curious if they want to pick up a couple more. Acor could afford something as well. Or they could go for an all-in because they know that the CT side economy has been on the ropes this entire time. This is actually why we are seeing such a back-and-forth affair. Neither team really wants to, take a step back. They both want to continue to fight, continue to push. And these low-buy wins have meant that it seems more likely that you will win a low-buy because, hey, we've seen a bunch of them so far. May as well keep going for it. So with a pause in the typing, I might even go as far as saying this one could be a little bit of a technical timeout.
Phew. Thank goodness.
It hasn't lasted.
I jinxed it.
As soon as the words are out of your mouth. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you for jinxing it. We appreciate that.
And BK above his squad. Alexi as well, the in-game leader. Felt like he was given the keys to the OG castle. Just worth seeing if this is a castle on the hill. Playoffs on the line. Map 1. Outside smokes. They've got Roy. Oh, and BK. No, he got lost. He was trying to get into secret. Now he's got the timing. A little skew whiff. And that's the end of him. Damage inflicted, though. Roy and Asilian descending. They take it. Alexi, I like this. This is promising. And he will get the first. That shouldn't be enough for Roy to hit the brakes. Flashed off as well. Well handled, and they do stem the bleed from the initial casualty.
Loved a bit of that. Alexi B making it look so viable. I guess money-wise it works, his position. It's the fact that he's out of position and yet still finding viability. That's quite fun. Valde trying to take it back, a little bit of control towards ramp, but there are T's everywhere. They've infiltrated the building. Acor given a freebie. Gonna take that every day of the week, and it's back to a 3-on-3.
This is some fruity Counter-Strike, man.
Look at this. What is going on? Everyone's everywhere.
Everyone's just playing their own game. Welcome to my kind of Counter-Strike. No trade available for anyone. This time, we'll see Bomb heading towards that top site. Acor being careful with his clear, and Alexi, as he does come up the ladder. It's good calls. They knew the rotate might have come in, and Mantu now rotating in from the low site. He has his kit, Lauren, you'll be happy to know, but I'm afraid this one...
He's going to save, surely.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no 2 worse weapons than trying to retake the top site. A shotgun in the vent and an AWP. So the fact that Mantu and Alexi B were the 2 individuals left on that lower bomb site as soon as the top site player fell, that was pretty much all she wrote. As round number 6 will get posted on the board right here for Mad Lions. This is just so even. This is a strange game of Counter-Strike.
It is a little odd. And whose choice was this? This was OG's?
Mad Lions.
Oh, this is Mad Lions' choice, and they were the ones who left Dust 2 kind of open, which is the question mark here.
They banned Inferno. That meant Dust 2's left open, so Dust 2 is the next. It means that hopefully Mad Lions have done a lot of prep in how they want to approach that map. But this is quizzical in the sense that 6 so far for either team. Like, it's not... Normally, we'll see that one team jump up pretty quickly, then the next one battle back. This one's being, very back and forth. But it hasn't been back and forth in, like, super crazy clutches. The rounds feel like they're very mid-round heavy, and 1 or 2 key kills, that kind of decides it right there. So, no Dolphins this time around.
Didn't catch the name. Sorry, mate.
But you can see another force buy, right? No team has really been able to establish an economy. OG now are force buying yet again. Mantu with the saved AWP in play. Pistols are plenty. MP9 for MBK.
Bloody hell.
They most likely win this round just because of how topsy-turvy this has been.
I think we are kind of getting used to the stranger results here, but we'll see. I mean, all players kind of in one place. Issa can be forced to make a play. Gets a lot of info, but also loses his head. That could have been big for Alexi B. Wasn't to be, but MBK's there. Has a shot at it, doesn't get it. It was Mantu to do a bit of damage in the meantime, but by now we're in a 2v3. I mean, this game is very strange, but surely that bomb's going to be on the way in soon. Asilian's taken his time, so the CTs do get to be a little bit closer to relevance, but still, up against rifles. Valde does recover an AK, which is quite surprising, but beyond that, I don't think you're going to get much more out of it.
And they should save, because the money situation, like I'm saying, it really hasn't had an opportunity to build up in either side. Like, lost bonuses have been all over the shop. I'm just going to take a double look right now. We don't get the scoreboard so frequently. And yeah, so for the CTs right now, they're only going to get a 19, if this is correct, they're only going to get $1,900 loss bonus going into the next round. So they've conceded 7. They get 1,900 as a loss in the next round. They have 2 saved guns. They force by... I can't tell you what the right decision of this... I don't think I've ever seen a game of Counter-Strike go down in this fashion in ever. Maybe a long time. I don't know.
Differently, we could use that as like an advertisement soundbite.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen a game of Counter-Strike like this ever.
Yeah, but it's not.
Cut it out. Apply it to another game.
Exactly.
Don't worry.
We'll just use it for the. I don't think. Oh, what's the ESL advert?
I don't know. It's my arms up in the air,
What
and
do I say?
you saying.
I don't. Something about can't forget. I've forgotten.
The moments.
These are those moments. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Thank you.
The tagline at the start of every broadcast.
Yeah. I should start seeing royalties for that.
One day.
Anyway, conversation for another time.
Phone
Moving.
starts ringing. Hello,
Moving
Alex. This is
swiftly on.
Yeah,
Ralph.
Alex isn't here anymore, guys, so it's just me and Chad for the rest of the game. Don't worry, Valve didn't give me credit for literally quoting me on some of the skins, which was nice. So if
Yikes
you
for
want
me,
to
dog.
do that, that'd be cool. But as said, moving on. The 2 guns saved over. Valde and Mantu. I don't know where you find place for this. As said, if Chad doesn't get the game, and I mean, this man lives and breathes Counter-Strike, my tiny little peanut brain definitely is not going to find a better way to do it. So, Shush so far does take a boatload of damage, but Acor has absolutely had Mantu's number throughout this game.
That damage could mean these USP can get an AWP. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Tries to find Akor. Asilian finishes him off. Admittedly, was just the unarmored USP. Can't be too disappointed. I will be... If NBK gets nothing out of this, there is a very low HP player above him, but no, Roy. It's really hard for me not to call him Ro. My British brain struggling every step of the way. Very low HP players.
They're going to win it.
They are probably going to win this round.
It's Nico with 2 saved guns.
Innocent solo. Oh my gosh, this is peculiar.
He's on T roof.
Yeah.
Chad's having a breakdown.
Wait. He's getting an AK to save, Chad. Here it comes.
Okay.
Italy. Boop.
Okay. Okay, so they get the 2,400 in the loss bonus in the last round of the game.
Yeah.
So I know you love doing maths, Alex.
Yeah. 2,400 plus this.
Plus 1,900.
Wow, that's easy. That's obviously three that.
It's just over 4K.
It's over 4K.
Yeah. So when you keep that in mind, the buys going into the next rounds aren't going to be fantastic. So it is important for Lexi B to hold on to this AK. Mantu will be able to buy another AWP. You can see down the bottom there, 3,550. He'll be able to get the big green out. And the buy for OG, neither team feels like it's really had a bank, right? Mad Lions now, I guess a couple of players have like 5, 6K. But realistically, this has been such a back and forth affair. It's been hard for me to put my finger on it. The pacing of this, it's been off, it's been weird. But Mad Lions, we can frame it that it is their map choice.
I think it's worth doing exactly that. I mean, this looks like it could very well be 90 rounds on Nuke. You know,
that's great.
Without looking at all the nitty and the gritty, this would be a fantastic result to post in a elimination game.
In the most dumb way to look at it, whichever way you get there, it's still going to count as now 9 rounds, right? It's how we have to kind of look at this. And as I said, OG definitely haven't had a grip on this game, and it has been a curious one to watch for sure. But by hook or by crook, Mad Lions have made a good statement on their T side. Now, you know, as I said, the pacing has been a little bit weird. The economy's definitely been in a strange place, but well played, I guess, to Mad Lions to kind of suffer through and make it count when it matters. Here, MBK patrolling has had a bit of an up and down ride so far. Hasn't been able to control too much.
Am I blind? Well, I can't see Mantu on
He's
the
in the
minimap.
lower side already. He's at back vent
you.
right now with the AWP. And he's been posted up there from the start of the round. So they don't actually want to go for any fights. What they're trying to do now is give Mad Lions enough rope to hang themselves, because we've seen how much they've struggled in the late round situations. They've been multi-frags, yeah.
But there's a molly for stairs for sure.
Which they should throw.
Yeah.
Nope, they're just dry peeking.
Wow. That's a dream. Mantu should have a second chance, and For now, he will be Molotov'd off, choosing to aggress. There wasn't a sound cue there, and he actually tags up a core. It's not enough for the frag, and Akor even spotting him ascend. That frag means everything. NBK's kept them in it here. This is the final round of our first half, first map, first game of our 7th day. Roy, he's gone down as well.
All right, Akor. He's been pretty big so far, and he is patrolling as the bomb ticks. But 1v3 from that position. It feels unlikely, and it is. OG, I mean, they keep quite close in this. I mean, I don't know where this game is going, and I think the players are very much playing this as it comes in front of them. But for now, Mad Lions do have a good T side. Let's call it what it is, and OG gives himself enough room to breathe. But we'll find out on the half switch who can take this one further ahead.
Mad Lions having to make a very last-minute substitution, the form of Innocent, changing the language by which they primarily communicate from Danish to English. Shouldn't be too difficult, considering the Danes very, very capable in the English tongue. Roy responsible for outside. A lot of responsibility, considering 4 members are on their way and throwing everything they've got at him. flashes as well to get across, and Akor given a couple of opportunities, but it's 3 descending in pursuit of a bomb plant. Who's on the rotate? Innocent's the first.
Brazilian's en route as well. Everyone's kind of getting down here. Innocent pulls away, but still a 5v5 until now. Asilian finally goes down, but there's a lot of players potentially in the right place. Innocent's made it all the way up towards ramp. He's just gone for a run throughout this map, and there's that other smoke that the T's kept in check, and it looks like the bomb's going to be planted with no real fight for it.
Yeah, he could have gone for a pot shot and announcing his presence with a squiff. What was that? Going down to just Shush now, and it does look like OG have picked themselves up a nice and clean pistol there. Exactly what they wanted to start us off. Don't forget, it was Mad Lions who picked up the first pistol and converted the 3, so this will be OG's revenge, OG's opportunity to get exactly the same start and get that, what will essentially become 12. Well, let me try again, math is really hard. 10 to 8.
So just with a note about what I was talking about earlier regarding the OG squad and their last showing on Nuke, it was against Sprout, if I remember rightly, 10-2.
Was this during Cologne, or was this prior to Cologne?
Yeah, this was what knocked them down to this lower bracket position.
On it.
Oh, hold up a second. There's a little bit of argy-bargy going on towards Squeaky Doors. We have Valda opening up the account against Asilian, only 3 kills to his name. The in-game leader brought in to bolster the firepower for Hunden, who was very low in terms of the frag, while Asilian's filling those boots extremely fittingly. Maybe they wear the same size.
For you, Chan.
Yeah.
Is it possible to fully molly Hut so that you can't find a safe haven, or do you have to choose between Squeaky and Hut side?
I'm not sure if you can do the molly as quickly as what they're able to do with the quick one that they throw, because all they want to do there is obscure the vision as going down the vent.
Yeah, sure. So there is a way, it's just more specific.
I believe so.
Okay. Now, Alexi doesn't have the bomb, but with that nade in his hand, he has the potential to blow off the doors. No cover, no hope.
Blowing the bloody doors off, etc.
Oh, yes. What a reference.
Right.
Okay, the
wee.
jumping Mac 10, it's beautiful.
It's done the dink. Yeah, and the last 3, what do you do with this?
Let's just see if you can get yourself an AK-47 or Galil, I suppose. But at this rate, just hold on to it to have a double dip in the next round. See if you can have more success than they did just here. So as I was just saying about MBK and their game against Sprout, this is OG versus Sprout. The other day, Sprout were able to qualify into the playoffs, which we've been discussing. They only managed 3 rounds, and they had to start on the CT side. They won the pistol, they converted, and then they lost every single other round on their CT side from there on out to lose the half 13-2. MBK, in that, only had 3 kills in total in that map. Now, he's doing much better this time round, so I just want to point out the contrast there. He did have a really rough game, and Sprout did some fantastic things to really throw them for a bit of a loop, exploit the rotations, really turn the screws on OG. But it's good to see that they're able to be competitive here today against Mad Lions. Like I said, coming in with the death segment, I wasn't quite sure who I wanted or who I thought would be the favorite. It is really difficult right now for me to put either of these two teams
ahead of one another?
Yeah, both teams, right? I can see they have merit. I can see that they have promise. I can see that they have pedigree. But it hasn't been clicking for either of them in recent times here. Whoever wins this is having an opportunity to turn it around, go one step further, and be in those playoffs that we keep talking about. So it is a slow start. Not too much hustle and bustle across the map with grenades. OG being very conservative. There's only 1 HE thrown over towards ramp. They haven't even blown open that squeaky door as Volga stands tall. A little bit of wallbang spam to make sure players aren't getting too cheeky with the aggression, but you can see it's a swag 7, 2 deagles, a smoke on innocent, and 2 USPs. They need to hope for a late round play here from OG, so they apply pressure to themselves on the clock, but the way this one seems to be starting off, well, slow is on the agenda. Lining up the smokes, it looks like these will be the L block that we've been talking about. There'll be 2 to cover off credit card and main. There should be 1 that dips deeper into the warehouse.
Credit card.
The slot over there towards warehouse, Lauren. I don't call it that. I just heard other players call it that, and I thought, well, that works.
I don't know where it is.
No, next to the little CT blue.
Oh, it's the... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Nice shots from Roy. And hang on a second, this could be in trouble here. My God, not far off and finished off by a core. In towards ramp.
37 seconds.
Yeah, they're going
Cillian's
to
already
center
lower.
lower. Who is that? Okay, so Asilian only has a USP, so I'm afraid he won't be able to contribute too much, but if we get Shush's shotgun armor into the decon spot, he's going Shush guy. Where's he off to?
I don't know.
Cillian only has a USP, and he's on his way back. He was in pursuit of a Galil. Looking for the full closeout. Now, he doesn't have a kit, so there's a real time limit on this. If he does win this duel. He'll clear this corner close. Ouch. Good shot from MBK. And 2 from Mantu to pull them across the line. So as we discussed, picking up the pistol, they give Mad Lions the 3-round spree to start off their T side in the same way that the Lions did. And we get to see that from Roy's perspective again. So he really nearly got double here. And it was down to Issa to not pick that one up cleanly. Mantu's double with the AK necessary at this point. So a 2-round lead as we head into the first real weapon round for both squads. Orps in the hands of Mantu and Akor, and as Lauren outlined, Akor certainly was getting the better of him on the T side. Peeking into him though, now Mantu can have a bit more of a control over which fights he'll be taking.
We were on kit watch in the first half, noticing that OG barely had any. The same can be said right now for Mad Lions on their first CT-sided gun round here. So if we get into a post-plant position, keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Smokes towards Yard will be coming out. All 5 members look like they will be forcing forward. Molotov towards Secret to make sure that they can't be picking up, and behind the smokes they go. Alexi B's the most forward man here with the bomb on the back, but the cavalry's there. Flash over, pick up from Secret. Roy grabs a kill. That'll slow things down.
Can't believe he hasn't thrown it. It cost him his life. That is a
Chad's throwing the pen.
shambles. Not going to enjoy that one at all. Now descending into the low site, they will take the decon route. That is not what I've been taught. In Chad's school of Counter-Strike, we want to control the windows and doors side of low site when you take it, Lauren.
Oh, Cillian. Did he get spotted by MBK? I don't know if he... I think he got past in
This
time.
is the sweet spot, right? If he sticks around here. Oh, yes. Only the one. More of that. 3 on 3. And bomb down thanks to Issa.
I'm not even sure what the necessity of pushing out decon is. Oh dear. Okay. The retake is on. No kit. Remember that.
Yes, kit watch. My favorite of all the watches.
It's a thriller. There's no util over now. That nade was it. No flashes, no smokes, no boys, no heads left. He's nice little 4K for him. That's going to get the confidence feeling good. That's how you get into a game. And honestly, OG's T-side so far has looked quite robust. That was, I guess, the first real test excluding the first pistol round. So that's quite an enjoyable one. They'll be feeling happy with that. It wasn't super clean, but it obviously was pretty comfortable in the end.
Yeah, good stuff from Issa here. Alex was saying in the pre-show we want to see him kind of have a bit of a redemption arc when he was paired up with Woxic back there on the Hellraisers roster. That duo was quite potent. Ever since, hasn't really been able to find his feet. No, he's quite the emotional and fire-up kind of player. Emotional heart of the OG team, can always lift the spirits, and with 98 points of ADR, he's doing quite well. Fantastic to see, as I've mentioned already, MBK bouncing back from that horror show he had over there against Sprout. On the other side of things, Asilian, 4 kills to the name. Now, I don't like rinsing players, but the whole reason that this Mad Lions roster replaced Hunden was to add more firepower in the in-game leader role.
Right.
You go check Asilian's stats, it hasn't been that way. So they've basically just done a 1-for-1 replacement with an in-game leader that isn't as good as Hunden. That is basically what has happened here. Now, Asilian probably has a game every now and then, but so did Hunden. So, look, this is ancient history now. There's really no point me sinking my teeth into it. Should be focusing on what's happening on the screen right now, and that will just be some pistol upgrades.
It's certainly worth bringing up in terms of the ramifications we're seeing in the server today.
Sure.
I mean, you're painting a picture that others may not have been aware of, and certainly is one that I find very interesting. The replacement of Hunden was one of the few roster changes that I kind of said quite vocally, wait and see whether that was the right choice. And it does seem to be that Mad Lions are 1 game away from playoffs. It's just the execution and the delivery have had some analysts baffled. Armor, pistols, should be enough to get a couple of kills, maybe even a rifle flowing for Asilian. Speak of the devil, and here he comes, nothing.
Ugh.
Into the flames appropriately and tucking away into the site. We'll have Valda swinging in to try and take some heaven control. Akor, you need to survive. Alexi does already fell the feed. That's Innocent gone. OG with a distinct advantage for the 12th here. Don't need to fight that fight. You will just keep him suppressed. And they've got full ramp control here, Chad. Now, my assumption here is that they can chill as long as they want.
Yeah. There's no rush on this one here. See if the pistols push for aggression, go for information plays, and we can actually see that they are moving around. Roy trying to lock them in over to lobby, Akor covering off towards ladder, and as they push forward, they can isolate these duels, take these fights, and simple as that. Volda throws the head off Akor. Mantu now finds Asilian having to push forward, thinking that they're going to another part of the map. Shush gives up his position, and you just want to make sure that you're not dying to these ratty pistol crossfires. If you go too quickly on a map like Nuke, find yourself looking the wrong way, well, that can be trouble. Everybody right now for OG seems to be firing. We had Alexi B in the first half making some good plays. getting quite aggressive. Issa now, as we were talking about, getting his frag charts up. And then Volda, MBK, and Mantu, well, they're all doing their part.
How interesting as well. You know, we're kind of, I guess, the position of Acor doing quite well, specifically against Mantu, but Mantu's value seems to have applied beyond just his AWPing there, which is quite fun. On kills alone, let's kind of call it what it is. But we'll see what can happen going forward, as Acor does at least have the AWP now. We do have the leftover Mac Daddy coming in for old Alexi B, so we'll see what he can make from it. But this is, again, the second challenge as such for the gun round. This is when we get the big guns coming out, utility in play. So the T's now have to come up against it. This is hopefully the best look that the Mad Lions can bring.
And welcome to another episode of Kit Watch. We still have yet to spot one. Oh dear, straight through Shush's line of sight. He will drop through the vent. He gives them top sight unless Akor wants to fight. And that's an Mac 10 taking down $7,000 of equipment. If that bomb goes down, they might just have to accept that they're saving here. This is what we were talking about, Kit Watch. You have to start fighting. They have to start killing. At the moment, it comes down to Roy. Gosh, that is going to take me a game. I keep wanting to say, row your boat. And it doesn't float my boat for the CTs. Asilian, unfortunately, just residing himself to the AWP save.
Let's see if they let him get away.
They've got so much cash. Boom. And the dirt is gone.
Oh, 13-8.
Yeah, and look at the money on the other side of things. So this is such a contrast from the first half, right? Whereas back and forth, constant force buys, neither team could build a bank. This time round, OG are just absolutely rinsing them here. And as you can see, a timeout will be taken on the Mad Lions side of things. We have a risky pick from them coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. If you missed the veto, a map that they haven't played since April in Flashpoint of Dust 2 was what they allowed to slip through in the veto. So if I'm OG, I'm feeling more than confident right now to be taking this one as a 2-0. But Peacemaker did say it's something they've been preparing for some time, something they have been working on. So I'm interested to see what they've been able to craft in their downtime.
I mean, as I said, if he's got faith in it, if you're going to put it out at your survival game, potentially the one that could eliminate you, you've got to know what you're doing, right? Otherwise, you've kind of just sold yourself down the river. And
it could work, right? Acor, even though he's not impressing right now on Nuke with the AWP, only 9 kills to his name, the second lowest on his team, he can be a very, very good AWPer. It's not showing in this moment. We're not seeing it coming to fruition right now, but maybe that will change as we move forward within the series. Mad Lions aren't done and dusted just yet. See if they can get anything done with these pistols here. Does seem unlikely. Should be round number 14 on the board for OG as they continue to saunter forward. Doesn't even feel like they're really having to break a sweat. The first half was arduous. It was back and forth. It was troublesome at times, but they still did a good job of keeping it level, and 7 rounds, well, in the way that Nuke seems to be trending these days, might not be the end of the world.
Should be set for a Deagle headshot here, and he is exactly what he delivers. You considered him a safe pair of hands, but he's been the star fragger at this point for Mad Lions. Early disadvantage for them to try and overcome. Pressure from both sides. Roy could be helped out by Shush, but Valda far too cognizant. He knows what's going on. He knows. It looks like an inner stack. And just pulling their teeth out one by one. Pliers in hand. So it's Akor, the victim. They'll be isolating him. Valda could be in trouble here, though. Maybe, just maybe, one deagle to the side of the head.
I don't love that Valda's going more back, but I guess you got to try something.
One deagle bullet and he drops.
Like he's got the idea. Okay, Valda's keeping it in check. Cillian left in the 1v2, CZ to hand, does have armor, no gun within reach.
What's the call from Alexi? Top sight together? Go down lower, walk it? It's a bit risky. There's lots of close corners.
20 seconds, really, by the time they get anywhere decisive.
Damn, 20 seconds. I'm getting nervous for them.
Cillian surely... Oh, he didn't get spotted.
He didn't. Oh, my goodness. He's got 12 bullets in the clip. They go in vents. 15
oh, they're blocking each other.
Oh, no! Please, not like this. Alexi saves the day. I wouldn't have been able to cast that with excitement. I wouldn't. I'd have been more upset.
There's nothing pretty about that. There's nothing beautiful about it.
14
Bloody
seconds.
hell.
Indecision. Mother of all duck-ups.
Quack, quack.
Bang. Lovely shots from Akor. Gave it a good go. Look at that one.
Aim on him, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
he has. But this one, they blocked. You're right, Chad. Bloody hell. Oh, mamacita, that was... Yeah, okay. Alexi, that's my face too, bro. Oh, we're back into the game, though. Let's get into it.
Best part for them, they can shake it off. All right, Alexi beats somehow. How did he take so little damage? He is getting away with murder today. And you know what?
He's been spotted.
Enjoy yourself. Does it even matter at this point? Has the vents.
Past the sound cue. He's trying to catch the rotator. Shush was on his way.
Is no one down there yet? Wait, who's down there? Okay, Asilian's down there. and Acor. All right, I was a little worried that no one had, you know, maybe held the crossfire on the stairs, or and as I said, for now the T's get a fair amount of room, right? No contest, no pressure. Util has been used to get to this point, but they still have to dig out these positions, and they haven't received a fight yet. So surely that's on the forefront of their minds. That gives away at least actually both parts of the game. They know where both of these players are now.
Yeah, he's played this really well. I love the positioning from Asilian with Akor in tow. This should very well be Mad Lions' round. They've done all the hard work already. Valda does do something for his squad. He's got loads of time, but I'm not sure he's got the help. Shush in trouble. Nearly a chance to adjust onto Roy, but that will be their 9th, and that's Mad Lions breaking their silence after a slew of 7 consecutive rounds from OG. We had a 9-6 half, or excuse me, an 8-7. That's the 9th now secured for Mad Lions.
Quite a lot going on their desks.
You know what? I was about to say the same
those
thing.
up.
You know, tidy desk, tidy mind.
Yeah.
Is what I was always
keep your
preaching.
workspace as clean as possible.
Mine is littered with garbage. That's probably why I've been doing
That's why you haven't been fragging, Lauren.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll go home.
Yep.
Home. I drop my H's when I'm with you. We'll go home and we will we'll tidy up our desk and then we'll drop 30 frags together.
Oh, if that was only my problem.
They've missed
Oh,
a
that
smoke
is
here.
That's a big miss.
So I think a Molotov is actually
has
to land
perhaps.
earlier.
Well,
They'll jiggly out. Doesn't seem to be stopping the initial frags though. First casualty is Alexi on his vent dive. 3 of them will descend. MBK in tow. Akor and Asilian, the double A's, looking to rescue.
Roy's been impressing on the CT side for me. He's been kind of the glue that's held Mad Lions somewhat in this game, and it's not by a large margin. Asilian, though, trying to play this patient, maybe play off the back of Acor's contact, but a different approach from OG. They're going to go all the way up towards control room, play towards those windows. Acor gonna have the first look, doesn't land the shot, but now they know somewhat of the game. That's Asilian coming into play now. Issa does fall. The trade is there. Nice work from Mantu.
Got Util, have they? No.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Who's the bomb on? Valda. Okay, so that's a bit of an issue.
Oh.
And look at Roy. He's everywhere right now.
Be careful.
Up all up. Oh my goodness. Oh, Valda going down. That should be the round. You said Roy's impressed. And perhaps...
Enter top's open now. There's an avenue.
Pivot. Yeah, and they're reacting accordingly. Shush has fallen off ramp. NBK knows the lower side could be a little less contested now because of the maybe, because of the what if. He could try and get that bomb down.
This is huge.
Oh,
Barrel.
no.
Barrel shows. Mantu, it's a freebie. Did he hear the steps? I think he might have heard some steps from Acor. I'm not 100% sure, but he's still posted up on ramp. A little bit of a switch up, and let's see if Acor does check this as well as he should. It looks like he's gonna. Nicely done by Acor. Pressing again, but MBK, the veteran, the man with so much experience up against Innocent. Smoke goes in, flash comes out. Cross now, it's in the open. Nathan needed that. Innocent claims the shot, claims the round, and Mad Lions live to fight for one more go of things.
You still don't have a kit, Lauren.
There was one on ramp. There was a kid on ramp.
Hey!
Acor picked it up, and then he died. But I want to show you how this started off the round. So look at Valda and look at Issa with this combo towards Yard. So we're going to see the Molotov that's meant to land just here to allow that T-sided smoke, but it doesn't pop because the CTs, this smoke right here, has not allowed it from landing where it needed to. So this is why we get the cluster of T-sided smokes with the big gap right here. I don't know what I'm drawing. Mr. Squiggle would be proud, but that has solved the mystery, ladies and gentlemen.
It does, it does. And sometimes you see mollies to mess it up, so it's interesting that the counter to the counter has been countered by a smoke.
It's beautiful, isn't it? The constant evolution right here. But Mad Lions, they've cracked the double digits. Maybe we're getting back online here. Alexi's out squeaky. He's opening things up.
He's gotten away with murder. Oh, there is now a wanted poster plastered all over Cedarwood Creek. Wanted, cheeky Finn. Reward, spot in the playoffs of ESL 1 Cologne.
Asilian, different ramp hold. Here's all this. Ooh! Bye, Asilian. He can't bail him out this time. He's down to 34. He did what he could, but the timing's there. MBK just barreling forward. Bomb to go down. Kit Watch can report there is one kit in play.
And a save.
And a very early save into it.
You know, that's fantastic news for Kit Watch, though, Lauren, because that means in the next round there'll be a kit.
I do love those. Just halving the time of defuse, really.
Important, isn't it?
It's just phenomenal for retakes and stuff like that.
$400 it is, though, and it's quite the costly investment.
It's true.
You get yourself 2 flashbangs for that amount.
2 whole flashbangs.
2 of them.
That's double.
Bloody hell, that's a...
Two for the price of 1.
Twice as many defuse kits.
I did like the way I got some updates about people's gaming experiences outside, or if they tried to. People really do like to get involved.
Have you gamed
on the social
outside?
medias.
I have, actually.
Chad, could you tell me the benefits?
Didn't you do something for like a sponsor video once, like on a boat or something?
I
vaguely recall this.
I won't name the sponsor, it might be conflicting. But yeah, I did. And I got to jump out of an aeroplane.
That is cool.
That's something, right?
And we just had done Movember in Chicago, so I had to do it with this
Big
mustache
tash.
on my face. It was ridiculous. It was the first time I went home. I went back to Australia for 2 days, ladies and gentlemen, from Europe. I flew home, jumped out of a plane, and flew back. But
Wow.
So you had to deal with a weird mustache. I think my equivalent of that was walking through the Brazilian airport with pink nail varnish.
Yep.
Just the amount of kind of strange
looks.
looks they got. You know, like, you look like one of ours, but why have you done this? 15 to 10.
Tanned
man with pink nails? No.
I like a man with a little
I'm
painted nail
dabbling.
too.
I'm
The
gonna
black painted nails, it's look.
You've been linking me those old emo videos, Lauren. I'm going to whip out some black nail varnish for the finals.
Chad's got a point.
3 diffuse kits for the last round of the
Watch
game, ladies
is
and gentlemen.
Oh, Aqua's going to get one too.
No,
Go on.
he's
Got a
not.
grand.
Go on.
No, he's not going to do it.
That's cool, I guess.
Because he thinks he's going to win this round. So, Mad Lions, they definitely need to get that done, as Asilian will drop out one of those Molotovs to stop the smoke, what we've been talking about. Towards Yard, a few nades will trickle, but it just seems like a bit of posturing early. 3 Molotovs on the map from Mad Lions. There is their protocol nades to stop the rushes. One was towards Yard, one towards Ramp, one towards Squeaky. Maybe even one was over towards Hut there, as Roy is the only man with a Molotov left, and a minute 30 remaining on the clock here.
Oh, perfect flash. Alexi, he's kind of crossed the head of the smokes. Look how much extra space he's not, is he? Roy, the cheeky Finn. They've been looking for him.
I won't expect this timing. He's gone
way.
way ahead of this.
So much faster than they would have anticipated. Aqua is in a very powerful position. NBK postured for it as well.
Cillian's going to die in the back here. He's not even going to get an opportunity. Alexi won't go up the ladder, I don't think.
So he had the rotate. NBK's going to have made the call.
He's going up.
Oh, Alex.
Top sight from
Cheeky
Maine.
Finn.
This is so cheeky.
The reward for finding this man is going to become substantial, because it could be the defining moment in this map, and OG are doing wonders. NBK tries to make it harder for them, apparently, but Valda's on the case. Spots out the player, but spots him dying. And how the hell did this happen? Oh! Nathan rolling it back. 16 to 10. OG closed out in a curious, but hey, it worked sort of way. I don't know how to close that one out. It's a bit weird, but it's one map to the good.
But I can also see the bones again. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. Night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence, and the dark's all that I see. When your stars are burnt out, and your heart makes no sound, I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. get you out. Now I see all blue. There is so much cold in you. And the silence is so loud when you go. I just stay dancing with my shadow all day. Watch the time. I can't find the point where our two pass the line. But you're the night sky. I'm trying to see your stars. But I've always feared the dark. Now I see violet. I can feel your silence. You always feel so far. And your stars have burnt out. And your heart makes no sound. I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky.
Moving up to the prefix after that map, Nuke goes the way of OG, and we are off to the races. OG 1 map away from playoffs, Mad Lions 1 map away from elimination. They'll be looking for revenge. First, we have to do some reflection on Nuke. Now, we've made no secret that there was a surprising type of Counter-Strike being played. It was hard to not scratch your head at times. Chad, you were the one primarily scratching the heads, or at least giving us the fuel for the scratch. This is an analogy that's got lost in translation, but you knew what I'm saying. You knew
Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of thing. But Alex, I have a feeling this one could be a 2-0 from the type of Counter-Strike I've just seen from Mad Lions.
Do? Oh, wait, we could try the new thing.
Yeah, the little, yeah, I don't know where the button is.
So this is our equivalent of us saying, are you ready? Or what do you
over
think?
There somewhere?
Gang,
Maybe.
basically, we're going to ask you, do you think this could be a 2-0? Chad does. And I think, technically, right, there's going to be this thing that comes up, and you'll be able to just straight up click on the screen as if, you know, you can actually just click
Which
on the
integration?
Yeah,
bits
we'll get
and
to
the bobs.
see
Got
if
it.
you agree with us or disagree.
Yeah.
And most of the time you disagree, but that's fine. I like that. But I just want to continue on the point of why I think this is a very strange game. This Mad Lions beat Mouse Sports 16-5, 16-4. So does that say more about this Mad Lions or more about Mouse Sports? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. But
What were the maps for that win?
that was Vertigo and Nuke.
It was?
Yeah, they started CT side of Nuke, I believe, and had an 11-4 run. And they had the opportunity of starting T side of Vertigo, and they had a 10-5 run.
You've really planted a seed, though, Chad, with your highlighting that it was, you know, removal of Hunden for a fragging in-game leader,
Yep.
and then elimination game of in-game leader underperforming map 1. That's like, it's a very, like, you know, it's very apparent. I don't need to slam the nail any further into the coffin. It's already there. But it is going to be interesting to see if they can turn it around. I mean, this is going to be where champions are made. If they can stabilize on the, and let's not forget, the second map is a conversation in itself. I won't get there yet.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're OG going forward now, you just have to play your own game. And I feel that's a lot of what they did here, especially on Nuke. There was a lot of stalling out on their CT side. They were having a lot of force buys, and they were getting it done multi-kill wise on their CT side. And then they have some good players like Issa, MBK. They were getting some stuff done.
Honestly, the redeeming factor was the T side.
Oh.
Aw, look at the little kitty. Again, it's just pets for me. But, no, honestly, the redeeming factor for OG for me was that T side. It just looked a little bit more robust.
Of course, yeah.
The CT side was super messy from both accounts, but I think that's also the style we were seeing coming in from Mad Lions that makes it very tricky to play against as well. But yeah, as I said, the T side kind of made me go, okay, good map choice, fair enough, makes sense. We can see that now.
And just to back it up with the stats, if the people missed it, it was 8 out of the 10 rounds on their T side they won.
Yeah.
So it was a very convincing first half.
And everybody has shown up from OG here. There was only a 4-kill spread from bottom, 18 kills to 22 being the highest fragger right there. So everybody was doing what they had to do. And I said consistency can be a problem for this team. Well, today, everybody seems to be consistently fragging. So at least that's one step in the right direction. Obviously, we were talking about in that first half, defuse kits weren't plenty, but that's what happens when you go for more force buys. Tends to be the last thing that you'll be focusing on there on that CT side. Want to get all the goodies. And if you guys are watching this and you're thinking, man, Alexi, he seems to go for a lot of big plays. He leads by example. So there were some of those rounds on the T side. You can see him taking a lot of extra space, getting out there. And that was backed up by the stats as well. I think he was leading the game in terms of opening duel success. So good for Alexi B right here. If you're the in-game leader and you're finding those gaps, that kind of fuels you to make more calls and you're feeling the game a little bit better. So it does flow in that direction. So this is the OG with everybody playing well, and I haven't seen this one in some time.
Yeah, and this is the kind of OG I wouldn't be so remiss to see in the playoffs. That is if they can keep it up onto Dust 2. Now, I want to probably make sure we take a break sooner rather than later.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure we have ample time to discuss
Right.
what could be the last map for Mad Lions. They've taken a risk. It's a map they haven't played in 3 months. The last time they were playing this, they had Hunden in the roster and they were at Flashpoint. It's been a while. But Dust 2, the gambled pick, Coach Peacemaker anxiously biting his nails.
Are you the biggest CSGO fan? Then look out for the DHL Drop Quiz and show off your incredible CSGO knowledge. Reply with the right answer in Twitch chat and track your position on our live leaderboard. Will you make it to the top and win €1,000 in prizes? Hashtag Gamers Unite.
Intel Gamer Days is on now. Whether you're looking to buy or build, now is a great time to upgrade. Get limited time offers and giveaways from top names in PC gaming. Unleash elite gaming performance with systems featuring new 10th gen Intel Core processors and bring Marvel's Avengers to life with in-game optimizations for a mightier PC experience. Act now. Intel Gamer Days is only here for a limited time.
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
If you want to know what you're good at and, well, also what you suck at, check out csgohub.com. Coming!
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
I'm so sorry that I didn't go to therapy. Thinking everybody, even you's an enemy. Brutally awake and quite undertaken, did not do nothing wrong. Life isn't easy, why did you leave me
ESL One Cologne Online is brought to you in part by Intel, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, DHL, and GGBet.
With the game live in just 45, we have to be brief, and so do Mad Lions in victory if they want to continue this series. They have got a third in the wings should they need it, and we'll be seeing Train as our third map decider. But Dust 2, a bit of a risk, a surprise, a raised eyebrow from Chad Birchall during that veto process.
Yeah, a map that the Mad Lions haven't played in some time, going all the way back into April, so it's interesting to see them come out here. They didn't want to play Inferno against OG. I can understand that. It's not a great map for Mad Lions, one of the preferential maps over there on the OG side of things. Taking a quick look at what to expect, we can only really tell you from the OG side of things because, you know, Innocent's only recently joined this roster as well. So Man2 will be AWPing over towards A. Valde locking down long, Alexi and Swing, Easter and MBK locking down the B bomb side. That's the basis for the CT side, but unfortunately they'll be starting on the T side, so you might not even have to worry about it.
This track was in a frag movie, Lauren. The AWPer hits the shot. Now! Into the pistol, GG.bet seem to have lost hope in Mad Lions. Let's hope the squad haven't, because it's a battle for survival now. And already one map to the good. Roy is looking for info, and Ekor's alongside him. MBK catching the first bit of lead, but it's not him that's dead. Ekor eliminated.
Yeah, with that dink coming in, that's pretty brutal. Roy's going to be feeling a little less valuable to the squad here. And the rest of the T's still working up long. Bear in mind, this puts kind of a time limit on what can be done here. Shush next in line. One by one, the T's were looking good. This is a bit of a stopper, though. Lovely play between Shush and Innocent, but still, the 2v1 is Cillian. No pressure, no armor, but hey, he's got the kit.
Chance. Oh, clean chance. Ooh, MBK, he's fighting. Puts it all onto Man2, and he just takes the fight. Wasn't interested in any of that funny business. Double kill for him. Seems that wrist injury is all healed. And I actually wanted you to comment on that for a second. The fact that he identified he had wrist issues and didn't do what others in the past have done, which is kind of ride it till it's too much, and then quit the game for a while and never really returned to it. He kind of saw that, learned from that, and stepped away as soon as it was identified.
Who is this again, sorry?
Man2.
Oh, wow, fantastic.
Yeah,
He's only quite young as well, so the fact that he has, you know, the mindfulness to do that is very important. The rest of us just push through our problems until
that's
become bigger problems and we can't deal with them anymore.
Sitting on the floor of a shower crying.
I do like a sit-down shower sometimes when you're
Never really mastered
sad.
it.
Do you, honestly, you should try an orange in the shower. Just go like full ham on an orange.
Because then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's quite enjoyable.
I haven't even considered that.
Really makes you feel something.
Animal eat an orange in the shower.
Yeah, just go like literally just tear it apart.
I've heard shower beers are good too.
Not tried those.
Bang.
Oh,
good.
Cillian.
He's open. Cillian's dead.
Yep, here we go.
Should be a save from the other four members here. Mad Lions really shouldn't be getting stuck into this one, so if you want to keep talking about your shower beers...
No, I actually wanted to talk to you, Chad, if I'm honest.
Okay, only Vorsteiner's in the shower.
Of course.
I
The only
expect
brand
nothing
we...
less.
Yeah, come on now.
Speaking of Warstein, a great chance to mention the music contest that's currently running. We're actually playing songs you guys have submitted, and that's pretty much all I can remember off the top of my head. So
oh, you did good enough.
ESL.gg something.
Bloody
Slash music.
I'm sure we can
I got
remind you. There we are. But yeah, Chad, let's talk about throwing a curveball in a map like in a situation like this, right? So we have Mad Lions coming in, and we always do a little pinch of salt with practice games, right? They don't always equate to what the real results are. You know, your dry runs, you find faults when you play them against live teams. Is this? I mean, you've got to try new things. I get that. Is this the time to be throwing out a little bit of a curveball? Like, give me the pros and cons here.
An 8-year-old me wanted to be a lawyer, so I could make an argument for either side, and I could definitely see an argument for either side. Going in a map that you haven't had tested in a competitive environment, it's not ideal, right?
Black box, though,
exactly. But that's the other side of things that Alex is pointing out. The fact that you are the unknown. They can't counter-strike you. They can't look at your tendencies. OG can only come in here and they can play their game, play their style of counter-strike. When they're learning now, okay, this guy's playing long, this guy was pushing short. That's information that Peacemaker, Rugger needs to be noting down and letting his team know as they truck forward in this one.
This could be very fast from MBK. If he gets to pit, full anti-flash, and here's the treat waiting for him. A full squad. The round is not quite over.
Only got one.
It's Valda to take him all from him.
He's a team player, don't worry.
This is ADR after that one. Yeah, 132 NBK. Right at the tippy top of the scoreboard. Bearing in mind he does have the most kills, but yeah, that's Valda to finish him off. Look at that. Just a spray of his
Softened
UMP.
up. Delicious.
Through the smoke as well onto Innocent there to close things on out. And Acor will be getting that AWP to kick things off. He will be the figurehead of this CT-sided defense for the Mad Lions. Kitwatch says no as we kick off another round as Acor does get boosted up Cat. So this will be interesting. If he goes for a lower dark push, he might be greeted with a couple.
I like it. MBK certainly going to be aware of this. You often see teams boosting for this, flashing for this, and that's the latter.
It's so refined these days, it feels. Even in games that aren't, let's say, poster boys for a great Dust 2 matchup, it's lovely seeing these, bits and pieces.
Oh, another fun one for me to tell you about. On B, can we look at Astillion or Innocent? This is the dribble smoke. This is what how I've been taught Counter-Strike works on Dust 2. They'll be throwing that almost every round, and it enables you to set up for a B execute without it looking choreographed. You can walk behind the smoke, you can play around it, you swing out and flash out through it. The dribble smoke, lots of that every round.
I used to do that in Source, so it's very weird to see that coming back
Full circle.
Yeah, as I said, probably been good start for Acor, and there's the support, there's the backup. Short is under lock and key. Lisa can only get one. Valda left alive. He has got the AWP at least recovered, but surely they're going to have a little look for this instant. Gives away the game. The arm shows way more than enough.
Bombs on short. He has a good understanding. There'll be one responsible for middle and B, probably not playing actively towards tunnels. Maybe that's the gap Valda wants to try and wander through, but he wants to probably preserve this AWP. His teammates not so flush for cash, and by being able to save this, Mantu will be able to bring it out again. Everyone else has enough cash to splash. So this is actually quite a priority save. It doesn't look like the CTs are in any position to be hunting. So far, so good. And Roy gets all the credit again. He was described as more of a supportive component, but so far across this series, other than Valdo playing football, it's been the highlight.
Yeah, and just a note here. So what we've learned from the first gun round was Shush was locking down long. Roy was in rotation helping Acor, who got boosted up Cat. You'll normally be seeing him with the AWP playing more around the car area against the... Alex has got in my brain, bloody Nora.
How's it me that's already got it right? Like, how is this the case? Oh, damn.
Astillion and Innocent over towards the B bomb site, right? So that's the CT-sided setup that we have learned about from the first gun round. And that's important. Those details, they come into play within late round situations. If you're finding Shush over towards the B site, or maybe there's no one over towards long, all those details will play into this game as it trickles on forward. And the AWP for Mantu now, as Alex said, was saved from Valdo. He's getting a little bit aggressive with it.
Go on, MBK. Same routine. And out to blue. He'll smoke himself to avoid the molly. Doesn't do so just yet. Instead, the molly seems to be perfect. A nade on his head. Acor tested on short here, and he should at least get one. There's 3 members of the CT side on long. He could just lock them down. There's no util. He's avoided every flash with his anti-flash turns. He will eventually go down with a 360 of death. But maybe, just maybe, this is enough. With the long CTs, with Mantu pressured on short, quick reactions onto the first. There's a second to worry about as well. Molly, a chance onto Shush. Doesn't find the clean shot. He's running out of options here, running out of health. 1v3, he knows he's being pushed on. It's Roy, and he's already taken down Shush. He has to be paranoid. Another tag! Oh, it was so close for Mantu to dig his teeth into a 1v4, but not to be. Defuse will come in, and they've both got kits. They recover the AWPs. They're going to bring double AWPs into the CT side for... Sorry, fell off my chair. You said it was going to happen, Lauren. It took 7 days.
I swear they should put a camera on us all the time. It'd be the worst reality TV show.
Kidding me?
But I'm sure some people would get a laugh out of it.
Just so dumb. I like to move. You've
literally gone back to the weirdest pose.
He's a fidgeter.
I am.
He can't sit still. Last time, Lauren, we had a pair of scissors there in the desk, and we're doing segments holding scissors up next to his head.
I couldn't stop holding them.
Scissors next to his head.
Had to get them out of the studio, Lauren.
I had to start hiding things. I set him up a nice little, he had like pens and pencils.
Ball or something to play with.
Just put him in a bubble. I don't know, but The double AWPs, they're out. The buy round from OG are back in play. Mantu, he's got his big green, and this time they're going a little bit quicker over towards middle. 4 Molotovs have already been sent on out from Mad Lions in the early stages here just to deal with rushes.
Don't look at me, Lauren. It's better if you don't.
You're making me so anxious. You have no idea. But again, I do want to highlight how impressed I've been with Acor as well. We saw the almost clutch from Mantu, but the AWP on the other side. This man's been impressive to watch and safe so far. Forced into fight for MBK from the Molotov, and Acor can just sit on the other side. Is it Acor or Acor? I've been kind of dancing between the two.
I think you can be as
Am I allowed to
as polite as you'd like, you know? I think Acor is like what his mother would call him, but Acor if he's like dropping frags.
Well, there we go. We've got another test for him. We've seen a couple of new looks, you know, posted a little bit more actively onshore. We saw him kind of on the very verge there, played at the car in the previous round, so keep them on their toes for sure. And the T side now dwindling in utility, but they still have enough to piece to something together out of this.
Yeah, I mean, this smoke, they've got the Vanguard smoke execute. It does look like they've got enough players in the right place. So this is 2 smokes, one for a bit of a one-way, makes it difficult for Acor to catch them on the cross. He'll be flashing himself. He wants to try and avoid. Now, by that time, he knows he can't take another fight. If he was to re-peek, he was dead as a doorknob. I'm concerned about the flank here. No one's addressing it. It's Valda's job. But now Mantu can't quite get the trade. He does eventually. There's more where that came from, and he's in the open with the AWP. He needs precision, and he's got teammates as well. Issa and Mantu both really dismantled. A quick flick for his third. This is by no means a safe round. Flashing across. Acor could walk into the crosshairs. Mantu wants to do it all. Alexi keeps him safe and sound. And now, on to the aforementioned. On the AWP, the Dane, given a chance. Knows he's low. The teammates have communicated that. The USP, not enough for the full HP on Alexi. No time really now, no kit. Acor, get the hell out of there. He wants to take as much as he can with them, keep them on the site. It makes sense, but unfortunately it doesn't translate, and Mantu and Alexi will take themselves the round and the frag. Big shots from Mantu. This one in particular needed that. I'm not sure if that could have collided into a double peak and both Mantu and Issa are suddenly gone. That's a very different round. So big shots from Mantu puts the 4th on the board for OG.
Look what it's done right now to the CT-sided economy. Once again, they're finding themselves in a position where they cannot buy. The most is 3.3k on Acor and Roy, respectively, and they're just going to take what is almost a full save. Roy's the only one investing into a Deagle. So you don't expect too much to come from this round, but there is a cat boost. No flash to go off of. Valda finds the opening. This should just be a quicken.
Here we are. Let's keep it nice and clean, boys. The Deagle's been swept away towards Shush. Let's put that now, but yeah, that should have been quicker, but they do back away for now. I guess there's still a little bit of threat around.
To B is open. Issa will clear that any moment now. Bomb can come through on the back of Alexi B. Shush is getting over as the smoke has already dipped on in, so no avenue there to use the switched around double doors to his advantage. To see if anybody offers their head up. This one here should just fizzle out into its most likely conclusion. Innocent and Acor with only the USPs left.
When you say fizzle, I have a very, very clear image in my head as to what is fizzling. And it's the sound when you've just finished with a sparkler and you put it in the bucket of water outside responsibly.
Okay.
You know, that's more of an extinguish than a fizzle.
You know the fireworks that are like, they do the spinny thing?
Yeah, the wagon wheels or whatever they're called.
Yeah, that noise for me is a fizzle.
That's a fizzle?
For me.
That's more of a squizzle, if you ask me. I'm joking with you now.
Help.
Sorry. What are they called? Not wagon wheels. They got a name, haven't they?
Pinwheels?
That's the one.
Something like that?
Wagon wheels with that marshmallow treat. Dumbass.
Marshmallow treat.
I used to get them after swimming lessons, Lauren. Little wagon wheel.
Right.
That was
that full get your head. Did you?
I'm Gucci or any other designer brand.
I don't think any luxury.
No, we're okay, aren't we?
I
don't know.
Diving
You've got
in
Louis. Why have we got nothing?
Well,
why do I talk like I'm a weirdo when I hang out with you? I hate it. I get all common.
I'm not common. How dare you? How bloody dare you?
Bloody hell.
I'm as common as they get, so I don't know how.
Yeah, he comes from Dog Swamp, everybody. Dog
Plumber
Swamp, Oz. He's running over kangaroos. He was telling me the other day.
This cat set up before, I have to right this ship, and it's normally me the one derailing things. So Roy before, when he was pushed on cat, got 2 big frags. Can he do it again? Grabbing 1.5, and Shush will get there with the trade. So Acor and Shush now to defend the A bomb site. Issa going forward with 2 big headshots.
You're bang on, Chad. This one's worth shouting about. Issa can get that bomb down. Valda to cover. Innocent, it's all about timing with this one. Don't flaff with your nades. Just needs to advance. That nade won't do too much. Shaves off 20 or so. Cillian's flank has a time limit here. Valda
not looking.
Checking it. He's not even thinking about it. Now all onto Issa. He's got a lot to do here. And not a lot of health to make it happen. Goose an option. He knows the CT player. That's scary stuff. Needs a clean one. And now they're going to double peek. Ran out of options, and so they will convert a 2v2 that goes Mad Lions' way. That's a necessity at this point. That does right the ship in the same way Chad did in that round. That will be putting us in a nice equalizer. So the 8th does go their way. Let's see those shots from Issa just to make it a game. Lovely jubbly. This is a surprise. I think Cillian must have started that rotate very quick into the site take.
So just to note, with this cat defense that they're rocking here, it is very heavy. Normally you just have the AWPer on the line, he'd take a spot and drop off, but they're actually contesting. They don't want to allow OG to be able to execute from this position cleanly. So now if I'm OG and I'm aware of that, I might be putting more of my focus late round towards long after you try and push them back from cat, or use more utility around that corner to make sure that you aren't just peeking into it. It looks like it might be a B play off the bat. We got 4 straight in towards the tunnels. Alexi going down towards lower just to make sure no one's getting cheeky. And you had Valda throwing some nades towards long just to keep them interested.
If he unloads another mag, this could actually really have dire ramifications. They just flash when he's halfway through his ammo. Here we are. Oh, Cillian does well. Great dink into Mantu as well. It's really going to send them packing. Just had the timing right. And the plan squandered. Now Alexi in a spot of bother. Looking at the util, Alexi has got plenty, as is the rest of his squad, but they're so low. They're going to need Valda to kind of take this alongside Alexi as the first 2 in. What's that? Bombs going back around towards top of middle.
1 HP. That's it. That's not much to be left with, is it? I always feel like you want to dump all that utility as soon as you can. Anything viable might seem good. Roy on the other side holds. Nicely done.
Unlucky.
3 HP, I guess. You know, it does feel like a coin toss when it's that low HP, but...
Did you see if Bro was flashed? I didn't catch it in the feed. Either way.
Oh, B's open. They've stopped looking.
What?
Yeah, it's enough for them to walk out behind this smoke. Cillian does have the cross though, Chad, and there's the primary kill. Mantu does have a shot here. It will be quite literally 1 shot, and looks like Valda only the first, flashed off. That's the end of that. Cillian, neat and tidy, needed to see his name in the kill feed. That's 8 for him so early into our second.
He seems like he's had an affinity earlier with liking to play outside the doors. So this is the switch around with the doors, right? It allows you to defend the B bomb site from exactly this position here, an AWP, a rifle. You might need to lean a couple more players over towards cat and middle because they can become difficult areas. But the T's can smoke it off through tunnels. It is telegraphed. It lets them know that you're coming. But there's always solutions to every problem in Counter-Strike. Just ask Valve. Many a conversation with them that I had to feel like I was smashing my head against a brick wall. But they were right.
A correct brick wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just too stubborn and immature at the time to see it.
So...
Nothing's changed.
Is this enough of an indicator for Mad Lions that we're okay with this +2 pick?
It's still very early
Super
days,
early,
right?
so...
Yeah, and I don't know. OG are feeling them out. OG are definitely feeling them out here to kind of see what they're throwing at them. And so far, their biggest unraveling has been that cat defense. Cillian has done a good job there on the B side, but I feel like going for B in the fashion that they just did, it's very risky.
Yeah, and I wanted to follow up on that. How viable is the mid to B? Like for me, I feel like mid to B sounds perfect. Suddenly the B player has to be paranoid about doors and the left side, his teammates are rotating, its lurks become possible.
So with the mid to B, the key here is to make sure that you keep the CTs in a default hold. And the default hold is 1 player towards B, 1 player towards the doors. You have a guy in float, which is Roy right now, towards CT or normally over towards A. And then you have 1 player long and 1 player mid-long.
Right.
So if you can get the CTs to play that setup, then a mid to B becomes viable. But if you're allowing them to push you around, then you're going to have a harder time making that mid to B work. This is just a pistol upgrade. Issa with 2 huge headshots again.
We're gaming now. Issa's just got him a ticket to the A site. And I'm not sure Shush is invited. He's kicked out. He's out of there. Straight to long. They're burning a lot. NBK can't find anywhere to save plant. He doesn't have it, excuse me. That's Valda's responsibility, and he's burning as well. Okay, bomb down, retake necessary. Shush does find the first way in, and they're taking jewels, and they're not winning them. Shush with a triple. Round essentially over. Alexi B just gonna have to sit there with his deagle in his hand and walk into the Lion's Den. The Mad Lions, to be specific. That is a 5th. 4 kills from Shush that round, 4 from Cillian the round prior, so it's nice to see their feed filling an individual. But let's see how this started. I love the second shot. I can't believe he waxed that. Akor. Brilliant stuff. Shush just stems the bleed, but a bomb plant, taking a good AWP and reforcing a rebuy on 2 kills with this as Deeg. It's certainly not to be sniffed at.
So it might look silly with all of them facing and fighting towards long, but the reason that they have to do that is because to fight CT and to fight short, once they were so committed, it's much more difficult. They're getting into close ranges and they thought they could use the Deagles proficiently. They needed to find some space, unable to do so, but that was just a pistol upgrade round right there, nothing too crazy. Back over towards B, they head with 3 players, so this looks like the default. Towards lower dark, MBK and Alexi. Outside long will be Valda, top mid, Mantu on the big green. They really want us to play spoiler here at Cat.
Nice little nade to lower tons. MBK has been having a rough time. B tunnels, he got most of the flak from Cillian. And now he's tried short, caught a nade. He's on the poor end of things right now. But
interesting move going down on long. Just want to transfer. This is them retaking control of long, so this will enable them to rotate some players off. You'll see them deep smoke from Car, Molly for blue box. They'll leave Shush in a nice pushed up position, and it could end badly if he walked through this smoke to no. Oh, that's horrible! What a nasty way to go for Valda. As a sound cue for Shush, couldn't believe his luck. He had the disadvantage. He was gray screened. He's supposed to be the one that's embarrassed. Instead, it's Valda. Great catch. Huge space. They want to take that back. They're investing 2 players into this. You can see Alexi wants to flash for them. Shush. Could be white screened here. Boop. Perfect. Drops him into the pit. Issa to hunt. Flash catches him. Wow, this is an interesting exchange. Akko's trying to help him with the second one, and Issa blind. Doesn't care. Doing the dance and does him dirty. Alliteration. 25 seconds. We're charging into 8.
yeah, the short pressure coming through at the correct time as well. As soon as they got that long control, they really started to turn those screws.
Are they playing retake?
Looks like it. They have no real step back in. I guess Roy's the closest one to it. There it is. Bomb planted. Nice post plants too. This is pretty good for the T. CT side corralled pretty much into short and CT, I guess, and that's about all you got. So it's going to have to be quick, and it's going to have to be pretty good. There's one flash to play with, and that is it. Cillian is a little further ahead. First bit of contact is made.
You can see Alexi's telling them, rock the clock. These guys are just waiting for you to give them something, and they will pull the plug, saving what they can. And OG, a very big victory, and that's all off of the back of the battle for long. We got to watch and follow the entirety of that, and that battle for territory, a flashbang kill from Issa is the only blood drawn in order to translate that round.
You can see how much of an island Shush is on. Aiko did his best to get over there and help him with some flashes, but Issa's still finding the kill. That was the key. So now that they know that there is such a direct line of defense over towards that short position, attacking these extremities, trying to take Shush out of the equation, seeing if you can isolate him, that was the right call. We discussed it in a previous round, and well, OG, they've been able to make it work. This is the unfortunate start there, as you get a little bit caught off guard, I would say. Going back underway with another gun round. It looks like a boost over the smoke will be coming in here, so Mantu needs to be careful, but the dismount, and I assume accidentally, is maybe not quite knowing exactly where they needed or wanted to stand. We have spoken about this not being a map that Mad Lions have played since Flashpoint in April. Now we have the stalemate, the default spread, everybody just holding back, waiting to see who wants to make the first move, and once again towards Cat. We have Roy. And we have Aiko. So really wanting to lock down this part of the map.
Gosh, it's very likely to be caught out here, but actually manages to pull the CT smoke. He'll take that. That's a trade he'll take all day long.
They're going back for it. They've been stopped here almost every time, OG.
This is a different molly. That will flush him off the AWP line, no?
It pushes Roy off the ledge. Just Aiko now.
Okay, we're cooking. Nades doing good damage, and there's no rush here. 50 seconds, another incendiary forcing NBK into the line of fire, finds safe haven. He knows how risky that was. Okay, 40 seconds with 3 CTs for to receive, and now the default smoke being dropped. Util to stem the bleed as a smoke. Only incendiary to stop the plant would be from Innocent. He's the mid player. 30 seconds. This is going to be intense, Lauren. 25, as they haven't even thrown the pins yet.
This is very late in the day, but my mind rolls back to the old Na'Vi hits. It can work so well, but you got to really bang those boys on the shots, and it's not happened. 1-for-1 trade, I guess, is good enough, but that's not the players who are watching the cross. That's still Aiko. And Issa takes the fight and wins it. The bomb is being planted. It's just Mantu in the 1v3 though. And this guy's good, and he was almost there before. And I almost saw him getting it, but this time it's Innocent to find Mantu. And again, Mad Lions are keeping in this one. It's a close game though.
Yeah, and what I liked from Mad Lions here and this whole CT side is you can see that they're trying to take some leaves out of the Astralis retake book. G2, another team that have done it previously in a different route. They often kind of try and retake from long. I've had that one explained to me many a time. And so seeing Mad Lions kind of group up for these retakes and make sure that they're all pushing as a unit, letting OG get across. Of course, it was a bit difficult this time because Akor was hitting his shots. There's a Sponge fan. Much respect. Love the Sunnies. And of course, Mad Lions fans with a round of applause as they are looking for survival here. This was a surprise pick, looking to get OG's preparation and throw it straight out the window. A fast B. Oh, I wonder if after this incendiary goes, there's 2 flashes and a smoke. Oh, nice. Alexi wants it. Oh, Innocent, fully flashed. No help, no friends. Shush is gone. And now Innocent needs more than one. Only the first. Bomb can go down, and that rotate is a really tough call now. Do you pull the plug? Do you save what you got? Do you contest? The hardest to retake site. Nade looks perfect, but nothing to be found. Alexi still operating at 26. So fast through the molly, just as Innocent had nades in his hands. That's an Alexi classic. He loves that.
They actually were on, when I say they, Ents were on the receiving end of that if we go all the way back to the major in 2019. Jeez. Oh, dear. The Katowice, they were on the receiving end of that quite a lot. And to see them be able to pull it out themselves, get a very, very key round right here. Force Mad Lions to have to save again. Hold on to these double orbs.
How much util was behind Alexi there? Were there flashes over and smokes door?
Yeah, there's always a little bit coming on over, but the main point is the surprise, right? The fact that you're normally, as that Molotov is starting to clear, the guy holding the site has a smoke ready to drop that. So it's catching them off guard, them disrespecting
like 3 seconds early, so he's not there.
Precisely. And we talk about how the molly, the longer it goes, well, the tick is going to get more and more damage. They've actually extinguished it themselves, so they're able to pounce on the site, catch them off guard with their pants down, if it were, and well, that's a big round right there.
And now the cool part of Counter-Strike is they could do that again. I mean, they won't. I mean, that's what Mad Lions are talking about. Do I need to change my approach on B? Do I need to worry? It doesn't look like we're going to be seeing the same strat, but Innocent is going to be leaning heavy towards B at the start of this round, which could mean there's a gap elsewhere. If Akor goes aggressive, which he has, he could be punished. And suddenly A is wide open. There's 3 CTs away from the site. I wonder if Alexi B has the intuition. Shush, looking for info in the smoke. I love this from Alexi. As it fades, he will have a slight advantage. Oh, profits from it. They have just pulled the CTs around the map here, Lauren. This was you could enjoy this one from the mini-map alone.
It was gorgeous. The way they played it was just perfect, really. You don't often get to see that. A really well-executed concept, and it works to perfection. And the retake seems just completely impossible,
Look at all
doesn't
those
it?
nades.
Yep. They didn't even get off the starting blocks.
And that's the pace change that we've just seen. So as Alex was saying, they have to worry about that B attack. Well, they have to worry about long. This is the deal with a map like Dust 2. Can be very pacey, has a good flow to it, especially if you're feeling it as a caller and you know that you have these great strats to get out the door. The fact that Shush even played forward on long after that utility came over, that was very brave. Normally, if you're the long defender and you have nobody backing you up and there's smokes and flashes coming over in those early stages, you would tend to drop back. You would tend to be a little bit safer about that scenario and try and block down another part, either short, play from the site. But he's gone for the fight. It's a little bit unlucky as there was only Alexi there. This is the opening. Akor getting caught off guard after dealing with Mantu, and this is how the nutmeg looked. A little bit of damage onto Alexi B, but hey, that's the round right there.
Why did you call it the nutmeg?
Well, because it's...
I think of it through the legs if you're doing it up.
Yeah, and that's kind of what a smoke is, because people treat it as a wall.
The idea is, you know, you're supposed to be kicking the ball anywhere but between the player that's trying to stop you.
Okay.
Dak, doors, nothing. Careful. Ooh, re-peeking, and it does leave right. Down to 67. Now, he does have a spare weapon, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that, but the threat has passed. MBK just having fun with this one, I think, at this point. And it does mean that one of the A players, or rather the mid-CT, weakened, but nothing really exciting to report just yet. Final round, first half, first game, 7th day of ESL 1 Cologne. Final good day before the playoffs. Final few seats left in the online realm.
So now they know where the AWP is. They can put a lot of pressure up short right now. The AWP has to rotate back. If they're quick, if they're real quick, they can beat him to car.
Yeah, you need more than one flash, though. Or we need Valda to just knock him in the eardrum. NBK's found two in quick succession. My goodness, rolling it back to the very game's era for just a 10-second period. And now, well, Mr. Asilian coming in from long and a chance. Mr. Valda can't quite find it. It's 9-6 on the half. OG, they do have their work cut out for them, but a lead all the same. Mad Lions on the ropes. Will this be elimination on the Dust 2 curveball?
Up on the brink, I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down.
Second map, first game of the day, and it's elimination, baby. One of these teams will not be making it to the playoffs. A wide, varied cast already locked in for ESL One Cologne. We have our Sprouts, we have our Astralis, Complexity rounding it out. Even North America, we got to see the likes of Chaos causing an uproar, and we're finding out who joins them in the Americas in that Liquid Cloud9 game. But for now, we're digging our teeth, and I say we, myself, Pansy, and Sponge, jumping straight on into the second half of our second map, Dust 2. Big pressure on this one. Mad Lions, they put a lot of homework into this T side. We heard from their coach. Let's see if it's paying off to start it off with some BXEC. A smoke flying high, NBK can react accordingly, and he'll be looking for the rat angle. Tap away at the head, close wall, Roy. Big start, takes away one of the hard hitters. Alexi can't do nothing with the smoke kit if he's dead. It is a flash kit, do excuse me, but the flank from Val that could change my mind. He needs a clean one. It's dinked into Roy, just a step too far. And now he's going to get swung on. Perhaps the second man. It's Issa, and he's been hitting some great shots so far, Lauren.
Certainly has. That Deagle's going to be in the forefront of my mind, but his head's been ripped off, so what does it matter? Now the 1v1, Alexi B up against... Oh, no, excuse me, Roy was still alive.
Yeah.
Just barely 1 HP there, but job done, round on the board. And this is where the proof has to be in the pudding. You can't walk into Dust 2 after not having it in the playbook, not having it as a map that you can lean on and have it out there as, can we survive in ESL 1 Cologne Online? This has to be proof. And honestly, the start of it looked pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, that shot into MBK was the hardest one.
It's helpful.
It looked like the easiest one. So that definitely starts them off on a good foot.
Interesting execute as well. The fact that they had those nades and were using, I don't know if they were meant to be for backup plat, and the fact that they took MBK out early meant that they didn't have to use them there, but that put a lot of damage into Alexi B as he rotated through window. So once again, the bomb and the lion's share of the Lions are over towards the upper tunnels here. Utility aplenty to go for another execute onto the site, and lucky for them, because OG have gone for a 4-man A lean right now. Alexi B getting information over towards Long. Scout on Mantu is at the A site, and if they execute B right now, the rotation is going to be ages away. So MBK here, I don't know if he can stop this.
No, his smoke actually does seem to have deterred enough, and it could have been a disaster had they committed to that. Perhaps the utility dissuading them leads to something better. A 4-man stack towards the A side of things. So if NBK's util set has been enough, flash from Mantu isn't possible. It will just have to be Valve response. Does control the spray, and they'll actually take the early man advantage. They could pivot through mid here. They want to go back to B. And oh dear, it's just NBK. Alexi's going to get the info. Someone needs to start moving. They all are. And NBK needs one. It's so hard. High flying. And a very nice start. Akor, however, taking down Alexi on that fast rotate. Valda caught through the smoke. It's looking great for Mad Lions. If they get that bomb down, Issa is not going to be able to contribute too much. Hard duel with Galil flying in. That makes sense. He gets stuck. Mantu does have the bomb in his grasp now, but with low HP and only the scout, it's a very hard round to piece together.
Certainly is. What do you do with it? I mean, he's kind of opened up the realm of possibility, but as the bomb goes down, those moments and chances fade ever so, but he needs something. A mistake, a fumble, or a belting shot, because no kit. Smoke's still in play. Vision's limited.
Yeah, you've got to make that educated decision. Maybe there's a better rifle to be recovered elsewhere, or at least they'll take the Deagle upgrade. So that's something. Cillian and Akor do convert. Now, that was against the second round force by leaving 3 members from Mad Lions on the full rebuy. So it's certainly not ideal for OG, but it will get them closer to the 10th eventually.
So just note what they've done in the first 2 rounds here on the T side. Both have been B leans. Now, I understand that the second round was a B fake. I'm not sure if it was intended to go B, but MBK's smoke put a stop to that. But they're putting pressure on that B side. Now, there's a reason for that. You want to condition the CTs, you want to condition OG to think that the B hits are a possibility. You want them to be in the back of their mind when they're getting into the gun rounds. Those smokes coming through the skyboxes, something that they have to consider as we move forward in this one. Lots of fans again, and you must have seen the dolphin head then, Alex. He didn't. We'll get him next time. We'll get the dolphin head eventually, don't you worry.
I have this thing where I can't... If there's lots of information, I don't look at any of the information.
Lovely flash there. Can at least get shush. But this does obviously give away a lot of the game. So T-Shard should be fully aware. Like, CB, how the heck are you still here?
Wants to have someone.
Oh! Nasty game of peekaboo, isn't it?
Yeah. Very lethal game of peekaboo. Valda's going for the Mac 10 tags. And, I mean, that flash could set Issa up for some success here. Does.
They can isolate Roy as well in tunnels. Oh, never mind. He's dipped on back, just as I said it. Thought better of hanging around and fighting. It is a 3-on-3. OG should go for this.
Yeah, nothing to lose, everything to gain. Why not take those rifles away, or at least make it awkward for them? Keep them on the site at the bare minimum.
Oh, Mantu can't make it away from this, can't do much. Nice work from Asilian, going to keep that rifle out of their hands. There was an AK that filtered through that. Valda maybe can do a little damage, but it feels like that's not quite possible. Let's see if Akor checks this in meticulous fashion. No. Rifle, there we go, back into the hand. So I guess no harm, no foul on the kills from Asilian in that matter. They do keep the AK, and the other Galils and the other players stand, and Mad Lions get back all even.
Right down to the wire. Cillian, credit to him for the 3-piece.
Volda could drop an AWP for Mantu right now. He has that saved AK, so they can make this buy work and leave the money in the back pocket for Mantu to buy one going forward. And future rounds if they do get a little bit more unfortunate here. So Asilian, he was on the tip of the tongue in the last for not really having a massive impact. This time around, leading the charge for the Lions. The AWP is out. It has been dropped across, so the prophecy, it's written itself here, but Volda has low utility because that is over towards long we go.
Mantu under pressure. He should be able to get himself out of there. No worries. Good flash. And boosting him up elevator to get this set up. Looking a little reminiscent of the Na'Vi boys. 4 long for the most of the round and get a pick, set up your smokes for the cross, and slowly but surely spend 90 seconds crawling up this part of the map. It'll be Innocent's responsibility to house the push through the tons and up middle. We're gaming.
I'm curious about this because you guys mentioned to me the Na'Vi long takes, the very patient.
Right, so Akor is essentially step 1.
Right.
And he is presence, but no one else. So they just think, okay, a minimum AWP there, then hopefully Innocent catches an Inquisitive Issa or Alexi on shore, and then they walk up with the rotate cut down to size. They throw 2 smokes. They don't have to go on them if they've got 2 more. They're walking up now. And Mantu had a perfect angle to receive that. He's even going to throw out the incendiary. I think he's got a good read on this. And Valda, with the flashbang, takes them both. Oh, that is monstrous from Valda. He's looking for the 4th as well, and he'll find it. Knocks the head off Innocent, and quite the contrary for Valda. He is a criminal. Steals away the 10th for OG.
Oh, I didn't see that one coming. The fact that he's able to push through right there, even with Mantu's Molotov up close and personal. Running through the teammates' flames here, but making it work in fantastic fashion. That's one way to deal with the Na'Vi take, but it is surprising just to see Mad Lions want to walk all the way up. Normally you throw out some smoke, see if you can bait out a bit more, see if the CTs want to push through exactly like that, then throw the next wave of smokes and go from there. But it all did start with Mantu taking down Akor. Akor is the overseer, right? His job is to get them as much cover, get them up as far as they possibly can, and the AWPer with the right eye peak in that situation should have had the advantage of a Mantu who is having to jiggle out left eye, which is the much harder angle to be taking in that situation. And now the money, well, for Mad Lions, they need to have a discussion. Asilian can drop an AWP if they want to prioritize that. But for the rest of the boys, it's not looking fantastic. So this is a moment where, okay, AKs will be coming out. Asilian's keeping one. Never mind, he's dropped it across. Got himself a Deagle. Setting up his stars here. So Roy, Innocent on the AKs, Akor on a scout, Deagles for Shush and Asilian, and back towards B. This could be just like the pistol round.
Yeah, he's brought Issa, his partner, this time to B. And back to Tons to start us off. Just the early util, try and pull out any of those incendiaries or nades.
Okay, I like the little push towards long there. Just going to post up Valda, kind of leave him, kind of alleviate Mantu to be able to kind of focus on his far more passive hold towards A, obviously on the car or around the car, near the car, by the car. T's on short though, in a plenty too. Alexi B's already starting to lean over there. In CT, smoke comes in. Might have to be conscious of that drop to CT, he certainly is, and as is Issa, but this could come down to another big one from Mantu if they continue this way.
There's only one flash here, and that's on Asilian, and that's to take the site. 3 smokes. If we do see the bridge smoke, the boost box smoke, and potentially one towards mid-long, might be enough room. But look at the utility that's left on the CT side. Mantu still has a Molotov to slow this progression. Volda on the retake from long has a smoke. He's actually just dropped that towards the long doors now.
Trying to fake mid to B, but there's an incendiary. They don't even really have to worry. Oof, Mantu's in trouble.
Oh, God, he needed that one, didn't he? Those were things that you hope for in this sort of hit. The T's come out. That's a stunner. Valda goes down, the hero from last round, and now the CT's in the spot of bother. They could do with something back here, but the site is being taken, and the bomb is being planted. That's a big one from Mantu.
In flash.
Oh, the T's.
Timing. Innocent's got a real shot now, especially with the transfer. Alexi does take down one of the hardest hitters. That was the AK. Now only Desert Eagles for this, and they've both got kits. Mantu can cover. Mantu can fake. I mean, they've got to get him across. He's currently long. Both gathered on short. There is no rush. The info will come eventually on the fake. Planted for short. Alexi should be able to solve this one. That's the fake he needed. Mantu, they can call it clear. I'm getting nervous now. I think they can do this with Deagles. Mantu's got to get them both. Good shot. And a second as well. Mantu picks up the pieces. It was about to get real awkward there. It was about to be quiet in team speak, a cough, a clear of their throat. Fortunately, And 11-9, OG, they right the ship. It was a real sketchy one. Look at the shots that Shush was hitting. Valda down, Mantu hitting nonsense as well. And it wasn't just that one. Look at Shush continuing to cause problems for them. That's a quick reaction. That's what they needed. He had 9 HP as well. Good grief.
Here's a fun fact for you, Lauren. In his previous teams, Mantu wasn't even the primary AWPer.
Who did he play with? Was he in other... No, you said he played with a German, right?
German rosters, yeah.
How strange.
Isn't it?
I mean, if he avoided the UK scene, congratulations, honestly. You've done pretty quite well with that.
You guys are starting to get a couple. You got Smooya, you have Alex.
Yeah, and none of them play...
Individuals, Chad. You notice the trend? It's all individuals because British people are just... all the UK players think they're better than they are, and then you just think everyone around them is worse than them.
And then they go to an epic LAN, and that's their career.
Get beaten by any European.
Oh, God.
Realizes that it's a whole team game.
Birmingham Salvo did win the CGS back in 2008. I'm just saying.
That's true. The Birmingham Salvo.
Birmingham Salvo.
Rummy Salve.
Magic Capra. Wes.
I do like Wes.
For any problems, the strafe Mantu's going to get an... Oh! Oh, my God. Akor places his temple to the barrel. Close quarters. Good shots from Asilian. I'm afraid that is all she wrote. Good catch. Kobe Bryant represented 12-9. 4 rounds away from OG throwing the knockout blow here on Mad Lion's pick. Look at this one. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Was Rattlesnake in that team?
He was indeed.
There we go. I think my favorite thing, if anyone's ever seen it, was the clip of him up against, was it Angel Dust on Inferno?
Another Finn.
And he's just getting real mad. like
Rattlesnake was known to get mad, Lauren.
Real mad. It was very fun
shaking,
to watch.
like you are
livid.
I was in a
Every
hotel
single time,
room with
battering
him and Clown. People might know Clown, friend of Mo. They were yelling at each other in Fatality's Jesus Christ, in Fatality's hotel room while we were all playing Mario Kart.
10% of chat are old enough to understand.
That was 12 years ago, ladies and gentlemen.
That was the first one in his name, number 1 in the game. It's Fatality.
Oh, so many references that I have relived. Oh, I'm so
To
old.
be fair, meeting Fatality was the only time I felt like slightly like like starstruck, or I was like, oh damn, he's actually a big deal. He had the first gaming
He
headset.
walked into the room. I had a creative Fatality headset. He was there. Anyway, yes, one of the first to do it. Long gone into the new breed of OG and Mad Lions. And we do see early util from the CTs to house them, and no one willing to douse them, so they will respect it. I like this setup. The one problem is the flash. Well, NBK doesn't seem to care. He's ahead of them, and that's why. Great work on the B defense. They ain't coming back here anytime soon.
Gun round as well. That was 2 ecos in a row from Mad Lions.
I think I understand why NBK was there, because the new flashes people are throwing over the roofs don't blind him. That's why he looked like he was just in the open, crouching in the middle of nowhere.
It is a setup that I had to hold B for a little while with JKS back in the day, and he would jump up. Like first spawn would go close, like anti-flash back turned ready to swing like that. The other one would jump up plat, and then you'd have like a 2-man turret because you'd be at different heights.
Headies,
yeah. And the flashes you bang on, it's going to be a bit harder there to be flashing him. But I think a lot of the pros have also said that the flashes through those skyboxes are mainly for the AWPers towards the back of plat.
It's not doing anything.
No, because it's so high. So unless you're doing like a middle throw with a jumpy majig, and you know, there's ways to do it, but nobody's cracked that nut just yet.
Yeah, I was watching Astralis because I was like, okay, these guys are going to have sweated it out. But they actually seem to be prioritizing that new skybox opening up for smokes. I think the flashbangs do seem to be, secondary, if not tertiary. Wow, I haven't said that word out loud in about 10 years. Tertiary. There's Valda, getting himself his 13th. I really live my GCSE science modules.
How did you do in your science?
I was the most mediocre, middling student you've ever had. I got 10 B's.
Oh, nice. Did you do like the chemistry, biology, physics?
Didn't do the separate ones. It was just GCSE science. Yeah.
Wow.
Only the special kids got to do the separate ones, like the top
I
set.
special?
Top set got chemistry separate and all of that stuff. Yeah. No, I just had like the catch-all. Like, let's just get you out of here.
It is back to one of these B hits just again from Mad Lions. So as I mentioned after the first 2 rounds of the game, that it was something we'd be seeing a lot of. They're going for it again, and they're trying to set it up this time around with Tech 9s, P250s, and Deagles behind it. But MBK's up so close here.
Okay. Flashing out. And he is fully blind this time. Holding down mouse 1. It's just dunks him. Finishes off the job. Oh, Akor with a shadow of hell. He's gone too. And this shouldn't be a problem for Issa. On to the ace.
Hell.
Got a bit nerve-wracking towards the end there. The double dunk does solve their issues, and a nade, or rather a deagle, could have been the final finish. There it is, OG. Looks like that be all in Mad Lions have been working on in their boot camp has fallen flat 2 rounds in a row. Puts OG 2 rounds away from the playoffs. This was NBK fully flashed, so he gets the excuse, and Issa gets the kills.
This is getting to scary territory, isn't it, for the Mad Lions? This was your pocket pick. This was your come out, bring it out, curveball. Let's see if it catches them, and I don't know if it's really working until we get to double digits, which obviously this round is the good shot at, right?
If I'm Alexi, I know I can just send Issa to B this round. Like, I am so calm. I'm just going to throw all of my util at long and make sure that their plans... Look at that. I mean, there's so many flashes coming over from Asilian. They know they're in the right place. And here comes Shush. He's very much a capable gamer, and he's off to the races. The first bomb loose. They've got the info. Alexi can't find another. It's Asilian that wins the duel. Valda in hunt of Asilian. He's doing great work. They can't find him. So low. Shush low, finished off by Mantu, and we are into a 1v1 with 70, make it 80 seconds left. Wow. Well, that was a bloodbath. He has got the bomb, and he's perfectly timed the incendiary.
Yeah, but the problem is Innocent can literally be anywhere. So that smoke towards mid to B, we thought it was on a timer, but Mantu's been able to deal with that. So now it's just about locking this down and picking his poison, and it's simple as that. 15 on the board. OG 1 round away from locking this thing up 2-0 and securing themselves a spot in the playoffs.
Who do they play in the playoffs? You know, we brought that bracket up. I didn't catch it. I'm going to check on
I've got it on my cellular telephone device. Just give me
you are.
1 moment. Let me get into the mainframe with Get Smart. Here we are. Loading, loading, loading.
I might beat you.
Oh.
The winner of this game will go on to play G2 on Friday as the first quarterfinal of Friday. Tomorrow we have Complexity Heroic and Sprout versus the winner of Vitality Phase.
Ooh, give me Sprout versus anyone. I want to see how they fare. Dennis back on the playoffs of Cologne.
We haven't seen him yet, have we?
No, not once.
Oh, that'd be exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how far they've come along. But I mean, obviously, one of the most hotly anticipated quarterfinals is that Astralis mid. You know, really seeing how far threats young guns can get and how far Astralis with 2 new names in the Red Star jersey. Coming back to that, though, that's Counter-Strike for another day. For now, it's OG in pursuit of just 1 more. The CT side has not been too stressful for them. I want to recap how many they've won in a row now. That's 6. Yeah, 6 in quick succession after the 3 convert. Double orbs can be difficult to break. NBK's been tested on B twice. Now he seems quite content dealing with any funny business at doors.
T's taking their time here. A little bit of a split between short and long. Nades coming through. They're catching a touch of damage. It's not a great deal to write home about. But territory-wise, still plenty of control for OG towards long here. They do have the player posted up in pit. Valdez there. You do have Mantu watching the cross smokes come in. The T-side has to make their commit. We're down to 25 seconds. Where the hell is this time gone? It feels like they're running out of it. Bomb's going to be on long. Valdez just has to buy a bit of time, make him, you know, have to work for it, play in the crossfire. That's not bad, but 15 seconds, they've got to get a move on here. And
Bomb has to cross long.
Yeah, this is not good.
Yeah, if Issa hits his shot with the AWP.
10.
9. Akor gets the shot. Innocent's got no HP. He's lost
Bomb's
it.
down.
Oh, and that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mad Lions, it's over. They're eliminated from ESL 1 Cologne. A colossal victory for OG. And they're off to the playoffs. G2 will be their adversary. The ESL 1 Cologne 2020 online dream continues for OG. But it's curtains for Mad Lions.
In my head, I had good reason. When red, so unexpectedly, I should have said that sometimes happens to me. It was a moment of darkness, a moment in time that I regret for being so heartless. It was a moment of darkness.
I'm a team. Gravity.
OG just took a seat at the table, and that table is action-packed complexity, heroic, G2, now OG joining them alongside Astralis, Nip, and Sprout. One spot and one more game to go. Vitality phase is on the way, and that'll be guided by Harry, Hugo, and Frankie. Before myself, Pansy, and Sponge want to wrap this one up, put a bow on it, and send it via DHL for the fastest delivery, etc., and all that stuff. Burgundy shirts, Chad. That's how I changed the
have a
topic.
couple of them.
You have got, I reckon, about 3. How well do I know you?
Yeah, pretty close.
I'm not close enough. But let's review it. I mean, I don't actually have that much to say because it did feel like we saw the better team convert. And on a map pick that Mad Lions did put all of their heart and soul into trying to make something manifest on Dust 2.
Yeah, they took a risk. The risk didn't pay off, and their own map choice looked very, very flat here. So it is quite the open and shut case. But on the OG side of things, I was impressed with the consistency of the individuals today. Now, that's something which I think we could clearly highlight as a problem for them in the past. Maybe they have issues, you know, elevating their play depending on the type of game that they're playing. Going up against Sprout the other day, maybe they underestimated their opponent. I don't know, because today, in an elimination game, they look good.
I love what Valdez specifically as well is bringing, especially on Dust 2, his ability to open up some of these rounds, find space, and be quite aggressive with it as well. This play on long felt very confident space too, off the back of that molly that was just tugged to his left, but every single individual felt like they had a moment. There was something there for them all, which is really, really good. Probably a big indicator for these guys. And as I said, Maybe against a different team, they don't get given those same opportunities. But in this one, they found them, they ran with it, beautifully done.
Like, I mean, to continue this conversation, I actually want to bring up the playoff game, just because, you know, I saw many things here, Chad, and it's hard for me to speak with conviction about things like this, but here I go. You know, I saw a team that would get slaughtered by the structured G2 if OG continued to have the foot faults that went unpunished today.
There were certain times, remember that round where they got flanked at Cat and Mantu had to get 3 massive kills with the AWP, almost head on a swivel right there, flicking. Those kind of rounds, if they're not, you know, a little bit tighter, they don't have somebody watching that position, they will get punished. You know, the likes of Hunter, he's not going to miss that first shot. He's going to be taking out Mantu of the equation almost immediately. So it's a hard one to kind of define, because maybe there is an air of OG playing to the level of the opponent that we talk about just because of the pedigree of the players. They're used to playing in playoffs. They're used to playing at an elevated level. And now they're still having games where they do struggle against teams that they maybe shouldn't. But today, it was good. Today was good.
Yeah, and I'm sure everyone on the OG organization support structure are going to be very much happy with that one, including their coach. I wonder if Rugger's ready for us. We asked if we could grab hold of the OG coach. He's trying to wrangle this ragtag squad. Hello. It's been a while since I spoke to you, Rugger. Let's just do the human thing first. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm actually good. Like, winning, it's the best feeling in the world, so I'm pretty psyched right now.
Does your mental state hinge directly on the results? Is that pretty much the life of a coach?
I think it's harder when you're back home than when you're at LAN events, because like you have all like either the excitement or like the disappointment only to share with yourself and the ones around you. So on LAN events you can share it and you can bounce back and find some good laughs and get back into the groove. So it definitely helps winning when you're back home.
Rugger, we got you for the interview, mate, because we wanted some no-nonsense answers, and you tend to give us those. And one of the ones that I always seem to cite as a problem with your boys is individual consistency. Today it was good. Against Sprout, it was not so good. Is this them not being as focused as they should be in certain matchups, or what are you putting it down to?
To be fair, like after what's the VOD against Sprout and like both on my PC, but also in my head during like the nightmares, I have to give them to Sprout as well. Like I think they played pretty much the best like T-side on Nuke I have seen in a really long time. Like every small detail, when Mantu was watched on side with the AWP as CT, Faven even went up to roof to molly him on side. So it's the small things. It was like unreal T-side, to be honest. But back to the original question, I think we have found some consistency. Like if you see our last couple of tournaments, we should have maybe closed out the match against Big at DreamHack Summer, but we were definitely there to win it. We just needed like the last couple of rounds. But also going back to Summer before the break, like we could beat any team and we still feel like we can do that. Obviously consistency when you're an international lineup, even though it's cliche saying it these days, it's still a thing that every international team is struggling with. But I can see us like developing really, really good at the moment, and we use a lot of time to like make sure we don't do mistakes and stuff on, and I can see it helps our like overall gameplay.
Yeah, and something that you kind of, and all of the players I spoke to at the start of your projects, actually it was around the summit I was talking to you guys and getting these answers, was about how, you know, too many people were talking. You know, you had so many people wanting to contribute. I know that was, you know, I imagined something that would be ironed out as time passed. Has it kind of been refined? Has your comms tidied up? Do you feel like it's going in the right direction?
It's definitely becoming a lot better. Whether it's people talking too much or too less, it's obviously also depending on the situation we're in. And sometimes we need the extra input, and then it's super good to have a lot of voices in the team. But Alexi is like calling the best T-sides probably among like the top teams at the moment. So helping him is pretty easy when he has the answers almost himself.
I've just got one last one for you, mate. On that Nuke first half, it was so messy. How was it from the coaching chair there? Because watching, I was pretty perplexed with a lot of the rounds. You guys were force buying quite a lot. It felt like everybody was winning and losing rounds that they shouldn't from both teams.
Yeah, like CT Nuke can be so messy. You say to yourself, like the force buys back and forward, and then you win the round you force buy in, and then you still have no utility and no good like weapons to deal with all the crazy shit that C's can do as well. So it's really, it can get really messy. And I really think like the meta right now is that like T side of Nuke is actually become a bit like easier to play than CT, because you have so many possibilities and the rotations are all over the place and people are innovative. So I was really confident in our T side Nuke. The only thing I wished against Sprout was that we had more time to show it, because like we are really good on T side Nuke.
Dude, this has been a fantastic interview, and it's given us a lot to kind of think over and continue to build the OG story. As you do, of course, you've got your boys to go celebrate with, albeit virtually, and I'll let you go do that now. Much love. Thank you for taking the time for the interview.
Thanks.
Cheers, man. That's Rugger, coach of, what has it been now? North, Optic, now
He's
OG.
done everything.
He's been through the ring.
He's been around, yeah, he's been around. But he's always a great guy to talk to. He used to be a school teacher, so it's always quite fun to talk to.
It's really appealed to us. And
No, but I can't think of a better previous job for you to step into coaching and know okay, I've got 5 bloody children here, that are adult children, and you guys need to all be on the same page. But yeah, there's a lot of hard work, and I do also feel like that interview's got me more excited about Sprout being in the playoffs. The fact that he just called their T-side nuke one of the best of all time. I mean, the fact that on the Reddit people are making videos literally watching every round of that T-side from Sprout. I feel like we've all got something to learn from that one. I'll have to check it out myself.
Yeah, I think we get that tomorrow, I was saying, I believe. Look, I'm pretty sure.
Children need a teacher. Look after us.
Our daddy, what have you got for us, Chad?
Well, I had it on my phone before, right? I lost it now. There's too many bits and pieces.
Have you got any any juicy goss we're supposed to be doing now?
Juicy goss?
Yeah, have we got any kind of phase vitality teasers? Anything to get me excited?
Oh, if you want to get excited about phase vitality, obviously we can talk about the fact that FaZe have just added Kyobi still, and I want to see how he continues to fit into those roles over there. And you're getting players like Nico and Cold Zero going up against individuals like Zywu and Shock. So in terms of the fireworks, we might get a few more than what we've just witnessed here, because this one, it did simmer on out. Mad Lions with their gamble pick here, or gamble float of Dust 2, seems to have been a bit of a bad call, maybe, or an unfortunate call. It didn't work out the way that they had anticipated, did it?
All right, we're going to get the hell out of here. We're going to go try and get some sun. Not sure how much of that we're going to know. All right, we're out of here. We'll get our vitamin D one way or the other. We hope to see you next time. Harry, Hugo, and Frankie to guide you through the rest.
You gotta take the throne. Time is running fast. Take the throne. Pick up your arms, stand up and fight. Take the throne. Prove them that you're the one.
Intel Gamer Days is on now. Whether you're looking to buy or build, now is a great time to upgrade. Get limited time offers and giveaways from top names in PC gaming. Unleash elite gaming performance with systems featuring new 10th gen Intel Core processors, and bring Marvel's Avengers to life with in-game optimizations for a mightier PC experience. Act now. Intel Gamer Days is only here for a limited time.
If you want to know what you're good at and, well, also what you suck at, check out CSGOHub.com. Coming!
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
falling and tough. It don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. Yeah, what I won't let up. It's in my soul.